Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside Labatt Memorial Park here as we have IBL baseball for you on this holiday Monday. It's the Guelph Royals and the London Majors here at Labatt Memorial Park. We welcome you inside at the Forks of the Thames and upstairs to the broadcast booth. Noah Smith and Dylan Baker here to call the action for you. And Dylan, we got a good one today as we get our first look at the Guelph Royals since they made the trip here for the Legacy Classic back a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Majors fans have seen the Guelph Royals in person. Even at that Legacy Classic game, Noah, not too many fans were there, only a few family members for players, so it's been a really long time since these Guelph Royals have taken the field at Labatt Park. It's going to be an exciting game because not only are the Guelph Royals back for the first time since 2019, but they've got a really, really good team with a lot of familiar faces for IBL and baseball fans in general. It's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, obviously there's some familiar names in the Guelph Royals lineup. We'll get to that. Trust us, we'll get to that throughout the course of the ball game today. Lots of people here with their cameras out as some of the Guelph Royals took the field, and we'll get to that. But let's talk a little bit about the London Majors this past weekend, because the last time that we saw you guys, we were evacuating this ballpark on Friday night, and the Majors, well, they made a trip to Welland on Saturday, Dylan.
They did. They went to Welland on Saturday to take on the Welland Jackfish. It was a pretty good game for the most part for the Majors up until the ninth inning when things kind of unraveled for the team. They gave up a 5-run lead in that ninth and lost the game 8-7 in walk-off fashion to the Welland Jackfish. But in that game, we saw Robert Mullen hit his first home run as a London Major, an absolute moonshot to center field, well over the 405 sign in dead center in Welland, Ontario, Welland Stadium there. So a few positives to take from that game. Mullen with his first home run. Cleveland Brownlee stayed hot as well. But yeah, not a great finish for the Majors in that one.
No, but the Majors bats, they're off to a pretty good start here in this 2022 season, Dylan. Let's check out some of the highlights from this past weekend as the Majors bats have been swinging it well, all starting with a couple of those back-to-back home runs Friday night here at Labatt Park before we had to postpone that game early on. Starling Joseph swinging the bat well to start the season as well, we saw there.
Yeah, Starling Joseph is off to a good start this year for the London Majors. Hit his first home run as a Major in that game. Taylor Wright hit his first home run as a Major right before that. Both those guys struggled a little bit in Welland, but had great success on Friday night hitting their first bombs for the Majors. And we touched on Robert Mullen hitting his first IBL home run with the Majors yesterday in Welland at Welland Stadium. Late in that ball game, it looked like it was going to be a good couple of insurance runs, but unfortunately things didn't quite turn out that way.
No, the Majors will look to try and turn that around today as they take on the Guelph Royals, Dylan, and we'll get to the lineups, we'll get to the starting pitchers in just a little bit here, but let's talk about today's ball game and the Guelph Royals and the London Majors as well.
Yeah, it should be a good ball game between the Majors and the Royals today, and there's going to be a lot of emotion on both sides. Taylor Wright for the London Majors playing third base today for the Majors was actually the host family for Dalton Pompey, who is in the Guelph Royals lineup, of course, signed with Guelph, the former big leaguer, when they were in Vancouver, when Pompey was playing with the Vancouver Canadians. The Wrights hosted Dalton Pompey in their household, so a few familiar faces going around today. We know the Wrights are watching from home, as are the Pompeys. I actually had a chance to interview Taylor Wright last week. We'll send it to that now. Taylor Wright joins me now. Taylor, playing with the Majors this season. You had experience in D1 with the University of Maryland. How do you think that experience will benefit you this year with the Majors?
Yeah, man, I mean, it's always good to have some time, playing at a solid level of competition. I've seen some pretty good arms, people that went on to play pro ball, and, having that experience especially against the pitching, just facing a high level of pitching, I think helps me be a little bit more prepared out here, but at the same time, that was 2.5, almost 3 years ago now that I was there, so there's been a lot that's changed since then, and this is kind of a fresh start as well.
Being from out west, Taylor, how excited are you to play at a place like Labatt Park?
Yeah, it's neat, man. It's a sweet facility. There's obviously a ton of history here. I didn't even know the half of it when I arrived, but just walking around the clubhouse, you see pictures and news stories and stuff from years and years ago, and it's neat to be able to be a Canadian baseball player and come play for the summer in a place with so much Canadian baseball history.
It's your first year with the team, first year with this group of guys. How well would you say they've bonded so far?
All good so far. I mean, we're living in the dorms together, so that's obviously a pretty neat experience. A bit of a trip, but we got 12 guys in 4 rooms. We just kind of mob out, have as much fun as we can, get to the field together, and pretty much do everything that we do while we're here together. So it's been pretty quick bonding, but good group of guys so far, and it should lead to a good summer.
That's awesome. Final question for you. What do you think Majors fans should know about you? What's your best asset out there on the field?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've really had any baseball games. There's been a lot of COVID seasons canceled and things like that, so When I came out here, I didn't really have any set expectations about position or anything like that. I was just looking to hit my way into the lineup and hopefully help the team in whatever way I can.
Awesome. Well, good luck this year. We're looking forward to seeing you out there.
Right on. Thank you, man.
Well, Dylan, a good conversation there with Taylor Wright. You get a look at the Guelph Royals bench there, Dylan, and why don't we go right into things here and take a look at the Guelph Royals lineup here to start this ball game. The familiar name, the face that many people in the ballpark are looking forward to seeing today is the man at the top of the lineup in Dalton Pompey.
Dalton Pompey will lead things off for the Guelph Royals. Pompey spent a few years in the big leagues with the Toronto Blue Jays. It's a name that a lot of people are very familiar with. Pompey in his MLB career played 64 games, was a contributor to the Blue Jays playoff runs as well, so a guy who's well known around the baseball landscape in Ontario. He'll be followed by Connor Morrow, a former Barrie Baycats shortstop, now with the Royals. Malik Collymore bats third over at third base. Josh Garton bats cleanup. He spent some time in Hamilton last year with Guelph out of the league. J.D. Williams bats fifth in right field. Arthur Kawara bats sixth at first base. Ethan Hammond bats seventh in left field. Brendan Keys is catching, batting eighth. And Darius Barlas bats ninth at second base.
The lineup there for the visiting Guelph Royals here in today's ball game on this holiday Monday. Turned out to be a pretty good day for baseball so far. Dylan, a little bit on the chilly side. We'll see how the players react to that here in today's ball game. When the wind picks up, that's when it gets the chilliest here on this Monday afternoon.
Absolutely. No, we've been able to figure that out pretty quickly being at the ballpark since this morning. When the wind picks up, it's a little chilly, but for the most part, it's fine here at Labatt Park. It's nice conditions to play a game as you're moving around out there on the field as well. You're gonna warm up, but I'm interested to see how big of a factor the wind plays in the way the ball travels in today's game. Is it going to cause some problems for guys on fly balls? That's still to be determined, but for now at least, it's beautiful weather for baseball.
Dylan, it's the Guelph Royals and the London Majors here at Labatt Park on this Monday afternoon. And the fans here in the ballpark today, they'll get treated to seeing Owen Boone on the mound for the first time on home soil this year. Let's check out the starting pitchers in today's ballgame. As mentioned, it's the aforementioned Owen Boone starting for the London Majors. 1-0 start already this season for Owen Boone.
Yeah, Owen Boone got the start in the Lone Majors win this season against the Toronto Maple Leafs on May 15th at Christie Pitts. Boone went 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. He hit a batter as well in that outing. A pretty good outing, especially considering where he was pitching. Christie Pitts is such a tough park for pitchers to throw in, and he performed very, very well in that contest for the Majors. On the other side, Emilis Guerrero gets the ball for the Guelph Royals. Guerrero has spent some time with the Barrie Baycats in his IBL career. From 2016 to 2019, he was a Baycat. 56 games, 51 of them were starts. Went 38-7 in the win-loss record, but that's not the most crazy stat in this line for Guerrero. He had 371 strikeouts to just 44 walks in his 4 seasons in the Intercounty Baseball League. Was not in the league in 2021, but is back for the 2022 season with the Guelph Royals. I'm very excited to get a chance to watch him pitch again in the IBL. Noah, just such a great arm for the major, or for the Royals, I should say, such a great arm in this league, and should be a treat to watch him pitch.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the pitching performance, I think, at least when you look at it on paper coming into this ball game. Of course, both teams got some guys that can really swing the bat, but looking forward to seeing how these guys do on the mound in today's ball game. And Owen Boone, a guy that has been really tearing it up in the IBL the last few years. Of course, last year, you look at that Cy Young really caliber season here in the IBL, and we'll see what he can do here on home soil in front of what looks to be, Dylan, a crowd that's filling in here on this holiday Monday.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent crowd here at Labatt Park that should only grow as we go along this afternoon. And you touched on Owen Boone pitching at home for the first time this year. A lot of fans didn't really get a chance to see Boone pitch at home last season. I believe he only pitched a couple of games at Labatt Park for the Majors. He pitched the home opener, of course, against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the 2021 season, then pitched a game when the Barrie Baycats were in town for a doubleheader on July 25th of last year. But I'm not sure after that. I'm not sure when Owen Boone really pitched at home aside from Game 5 of the IBL Finals when the Majors won the championship here at Labatt Park.
Yeah, and I think that's the exact date when he did make his next appearance at Labatt Park, because I remember us talking about it in the pregame show, how Owen Boone very rarely actually got to pitch within the confines here of Labatt Memorial Park, but here we are, second home game of the season, and Owen Boone, it just so works out in the schedule this year that he's going to get to start here on this holiday Monday as the Guelph Royals are in town. The first time that a lot of fans get to see Guelph in Labatt Park since 2019, so it should be a good one here for us today as we are just getting set, and anthems about to get underway here from Labatt Park. An exciting matchup about to come your way here at Labatt Park.
Yeah, it should be a good contest. We're nearly set for action here at Labatt. Al Coombs, the in-game announcer, trying to fire up the crowd a little bit. A lot of young fans here, Noah, and for a lot of these fans, I'm not sure when the last time they would have seen the Guelph Royals was. A lot of these kids probably don't remember the Guelph Royals in the IBL because they haven't been around since 2019. Obviously, a lot has changed since then, but it looks like quite a few kids on hand for today's contest, which is great. It's an afternoon ball game. Those are catered to the young ones.
Good shot there of the Guelph Royals in their dugout there. I'm not sure if you could pick out already. We had a few shots on Dalton Pompey earlier on. A lot of cameras here at the ballpark today to witness the former major leaguer, and of course lots of memories for numerous players and numerous fans that were watching the Toronto Blue Jays during those runs. Of course, remember Dalton Pompey, and it really is special to get to see someone like that now playing in a ballpark that's in your own backyard.
Absolutely it is. No, getting a chance to see Dalton Pompey up close at Labatt Park is going to be pretty special for a lot of these fans. I personally remember quite vividly his stolen bases in that playoff run, how he came on and stole some big bases for the Blue Jays in that run where they went to the ALCS. Couple of years, he was such a key piece off the bench for the Blue Jays in those two playoff runs, and I'm really excited to get a chance to watch him here at Labatt Park this season, getting a chance to see him here, get a chance to call Dalton Pompey, an ex-big leaguer who spent time with the Blue Jays. I mean, that's going to be pretty special.
And Dylan, the umpires making their way out towards home plate, so that means that we are just moments away from first pitch here at Labatt Memorial Park. Looks like Steve Cochran behind the plate for today's ball game.
Steve Cochran behind the dish, well known around the Intercounty Baseball League, and first time we get a look at Steve Cochran, I believe, this season, Noah, at Labatt Park, but he's a face you can expect to see behind the dish and around the diamond quite a bit this season. Yeah,
we don't always like to give scouting reports on umpires, but Steve Cochran, a guy that always seems to have a very consistent zone out there when he's behind the dish. He'll give you a little bit off the edges, especially on the outside part of the plate, but he's consistent, and I think that's what a lot of guys out here, you talk to some of these guys who've had Steve Cochran behind the plate for years and years throughout their baseball career, he's consistent, right? You know what you're going to get night in and night out.
Yeah, sometimes you won't always agree with the zone, but if it's consistent, then you don't really have a leg to stand on if you're complaining too much, because he's giving you the same call every single time, and Cochran is known to do that, so should be good for both sides in today's contest. Just don't step out of the box for too long on it.
Well, the London Majors and Guelph Royals just about underway here on this holiday Monday. One of two games in the IBL today. The Barrie Baycats will be in Kitchener at Jack Couch Park to take on the Panthers later this afternoon. Probably won't be able to give you any out-of-town scoreboard updates because that game is starting at 5 o'clock over in Kitchener.
Bit of a unique start time, but the Baycats and Panthers, the matchup that IBL fans saw 3 years in a row in the IBL finals for 2017, 2018, and 2019. They kick things off at home for Kitchener this season. Obviously, they played their first game, well, unofficial game, of course, due to the evacuation on Friday here at Labatt Park, but they get their home slate underway against the Barrie Baycats today at 5 p.m. at Jack Couch Park.
Yesterday in the IBL, a couple of scores. Guelph was victorious over Hamilton 6-4. Toronto 3-2 winners over the Brantford Red Sox. Guelph, Dylan, actually was supposed to have their home opener on Monday. That game got canceled due to some trees coming down in the outfield over in Guelph at Hastings Stadium. So Guelph is still awaiting to get their home schedule underway. That's scheduled to happen next weekend.
Yeah, the Guelph Royals were all excited. They were going to start their first season back in the IBL at home at Hastings Stadium, and then all of a sudden a tree came down onto the field. I mean, if you've ever been at Hastings Stadium, you know how big those trees are and how beautiful they are, really. And unfortunately, the storm, the giant storm that took over all of Ontario, somehow didn't get to Welland, and the Majors were able to play that game. But the storm that was all over Ontario really did a number on Hastings Stadium, and the tree collapsed onto the field. Obviously, you know, the tree's going to be removed by next weekend, you can assume, but couldn't get that done quickly enough, and I'm sure there was a lot of rain on the field as well, so the Royals and Maple Leafs felt it was better to just postpone.
A couple of weird postponements and going on in the IBL over the course of 24 hours there with the Majors game on Friday night, and then, of course, the Royals home opener on that Saturday afternoon in Guelph. They're just finishing up the ground rules down at home plate there, and we are just about set for the Majors to get announced onto the field. Here's the starting lineup. We'll jog out there and get ready for first pitch here on this holiday Monday. Still fans finding their way to their seats here at Labatt Memorial Park. I don't think 105. Are we going to get a game scheduled on time in the first little bit here, Dylan?
You know what? No, we got it last year quite a bit, so I was impressed by that. But in 2019, it wasn't always the case. I don't know if we'll start on a scheduled start time. Seemed like a bit of a longer ground rule session today.
Yeah, longer than we normally see for sure.
Between the umpires, Roop Chanadat and Dino Rumel, the manager of the Guelph Royals. It's Dino's first year back in the league in a little while. Maybe he's just trying to get a sense of the ground rules here at Labatt Park, but definitely a bit of a longer ground rules discussion than we usually have here. I don't think we're going to get an on-time start for the next little while.
As PA announcer Eric Collins will bring on the London Majors here. Roop Chanadat, the manager, of course, for the London Majors, and looks like we have some youngsters lined up ready to jog out with their majors here for the national anthems.
So North London Nationals out on the field with their London Majors. Each player will jog out to a position with a major, or maybe not.
Normally they do, so that's maybe they're just going to stand there and give them a nice little tunnel to run out of as Chris McQueen makes his way out onto the field there for the London Majors. And we are just moments away from first pitch here in London.
Hear the roar for Cleveland Brownlee, as there always is. No matter what happens in a ball game, the crowd is always going to be on Cleveland's side, always behind him, always giving him a nice round of applause as he gets onto the field.
Well, Dylan, we have IBL baseball on top here. As mentioned, one of two games going on in the Intercounty Baseball League for this afternoon as the Majors and Royals just about underway. Owen Boone getting set and ready here as he's about to be announced onto the field. Royals grabbing their bats and getting ready to go down at the Guelph Royals dugout as Austin Wilkie now gets announced out, bottom of this London Majors order.
No, I was a little bit surprised with Drew Lawrence not being in the lineup today that Wilkie doesn't get the bump up. Phil Whalen instead will lead things off playing left field for the Majors. We'll talk about the full lineup when the Majors come up to bat, but Wilkie still batting in the 8-hole as he tries to get things going again with the bat this season.
Yeah, a fairly consistent lineup. As you mentioned, we'll get to that in between the first half innings there. But the London Majors switching things up a little bit. Drew Lawrence not in the lineup today for the London Majors. And they're really gonna go with Whalen up front, which is not what we would have expected up here in the broadcast booth, but certainly the move that Roop Chanadat is expecting to pay off for him here in the ball game today. Dylan, looks like they are just about ready down on field level for the national anthem. So we'll go take a break for commercials. First pitch here at Labatt Park is on its way right after this. Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. eathealthyeats.ca, from farm to folks.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo, for any artwork that you need done, for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house, from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with a faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
silver lining, so tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning, currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Well, the anthem's complete and ready for baseball here on a holiday Monday in London, Ontario. It's the London Majors taking on the Guelph Royals here on Majors TV. Noah Smith, Dylan Baker back in the booth here to bring the action for you once again here, and it is good to be back in the booth after our visit got cut short on Friday night, Dylan.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that ball game. It looked like the Majors were starting up something pretty good. They had a shot at coming back in that contest. They were down 5-0 at one point to the Kitchener Panthers, made it 5-4, and they were a strike away from making that ball game official. And if that ball game was official, then the game could have ended right there. It ended on a full count to, I believe, Reese Redding with Bo Lewington on the mound. It was very close to being an official ball game. We'll get to finish that game at a later date, but the Majors had something going. They were coming close. They were just a run away. They had scored in the second, third, and fourth innings, so they had the momentum in that contest, and then we had to be evacuated. So it was quite the Friday night at Labatt Park, but we're looking forward to hopefully getting a full contest in here today at the Forks of the Thames.
There is a look at Owen Boone, the starter in today's ball game for the Majors, 1-0 on the season so far, as he got the win on opening day in Toronto. Should be a good one today as we get you set here from London. Only notable change really in the London Majors lineup today, as we talked about in the pregame show. Drew Lawrence out of the lineup today, and Whalen will draw in the leadoff spot.
Phil Whalen will fill in playing left field, just slots in perfectly for Drew Lawrence. Whalen has played some first base this season. He is in left field today, just as Drew Lawrence was, and he will lead things off for the London Majors. Chris McQueen gets bumped down to the 2-hole. And the Majors are hoping that will lead to some success in this contest against Dino Rumel's Guelph Royals. Dino is first year back in the IBL in a little while. He's won several championships in this league, including one with the Guelph Royals as manager and another as general manager. He's hoping that this year's Guelph Royals team will have the same success that his previous Guelph Royals teams have.
So we are set and ready here for baseball on Holiday Monday. Owen Boone on the rubber here as he grabs his sign and gets set to go. Cochran lets him get this ball game underway with a swinging strike, and it's going to be 0-1 to start the ball game.
In his first contest in the IBL, Dalton Pompey went 3 for 4 yesterday in Hamilton. Struck out and walked as well.
Second pitch catches the outside edge, and it's called a strike. 0-2 here on Pompey.
Pompey not a fan of that call there, but Steve Cochran's given Boone the outside corner here early.
Outside edge of the plate, as we talked about in the pregame show. He'll get that usually about 2 inches off the outside edge. Here's the 0-2 from Owen Boone. That one's just off the plate. Looked in a similar spot, and count will move to 1-2 strike now.
Majors backstop Robert Mullen was really hoping that pitch would catch the corner. You could see his head go down after it was called a ball by Steve Cochran. No dice for the Majors, but they'll have to reset here on 1-2.
Pompey trying to get on base to start the ball game here for the Royals. This pitch fouled off third base side towards the dugout. A little bit of a look there for Wright, but it's going to drop on the warning track, and the count will stay at 1-2.
Taylor Wright gave chase, but a lot of foul ground here at Labatt Park, a lot of distance to cover, and he just could not get there in time. So Pompey has another life here on 1-2.
Pompey, Dylan, a guy that in his major league career, and of course translating down here into the IBL, someone that is tough to strike out, loves to get on base.
And use that speed when he's out there.
Ready on 1-2 as Boone grabs the sign from Mullen. Now here's the delivery. Pitch just off the plate. Tried to go to that outside corner again. Doesn't get the call.
You can really tell the Majors are trying to work Pompey on the outside edge. We saw that called strike for strike 2, and then they've tried to go back there twice now. Did not get the call from Steve Cochran. The game plan is to stay away from him. Don't let him turn around on any ball.
Boone again ready here, this time on 2-2. Comes to the plate, called. Strike 3. They say that Pompey went around and there's one gone here to start the top half of the first inning.
That's a pretty good way to get your afternoon going if you're Owen Boone striking out Dalton Pompey, one of the most dangerous bats in this Guelph Royals lineup. Steve Cochran behind the plate made the call himself, didn't even want to appeal down to third base. He thought Dalton Pompey went around, so he gets the strikeout swinging, and now Connor Morrow will step up to the plate for the Guelph Royals.
So Morrow now at the plate here, and he's got to deal with one out in the inning after the strikeout from Boone. Boone working from that full windup now as he comes with the leg kick delivery. This one hit on the ground, up the middle, going to be a tough play, dive, and Canzel couldn't come up with it as it goes into shallow center field. The Royals will have their first base runner of the ball game on a base hit up the middle from Morrow.
Good effort there from Keith Candell over at shortstop on the dive, right back up the middle, trying to corral that baseball. Could not come up with it, so Morrow is able to reach. Morrow spent 2019 with the Barrie Bay Cats and hit .242. Didn't have any stolen bases, though, I don't believe, so we'll see what he does on the base paths.
So now with Morrow on, Collymore will get the bat with a base runner here, and just one gone, top of the first inning. Boone from the stretch now for the first time today. Looks, comes through. That one's going to get through the legs of Mullen, but unable to go anywhere as Morrow at first.
So for Malik Collymore, he's got a runner over at first base. One out. Going to try to put one in the gaps here.
Boone ready here. 1-0 count on Collymore. Here's the pitch now. This one. Chopped. It's going to be over to third base. It's going to be a tough play. Bare hand. He's not going to come up with it. Only play that Taylor Wright had, and it scoots underneath his bare hand there, and the Royals will have a couple of guys on here in the first.
Yeah, not hit overly hard off the bat of Collymore, but so right had to charge in on it, try to scoop it up with a bare hand. Could not quite come up with it, and that allows Collymore to reach.
So now Josh Garton will get to bat. Here's the Royals, after getting Pompey retired on strikes, have had a couple of base runners reach for the heart of the order. Still just one out. Majors a ground ball away from working themselves out of this top half of the first inning. Boone comes to the plate. Big cut there from Garton. It's 0-1.
Big cut from a guy who's got big power. When the Guelph Royals hosted their home run derby in the 2020 pandemic-lost season, Garton won it against Cleveland Brownlee at David E. Hastings Stadium in Guelph.
And he'll get to swing here with a runner in scoring position. Try to find a ball into the outfield to score him and get the Royals on the board first. Boone now to the plate. Called a strike outside corner. Garton a quick conversation with Steve Cochran, wondering if that's about as far outside as it's going to get.
No, you talked about it in the pregame show. Steve Cochran is consistent. You may not always agree with his calls, but he's going to be consistent, and so far he has been on that outside corner. Most of those pitches have been called strikes, much to the dismay of Pompey and Garton, but Cochran's going to call that all day.
Both lefty bats on the outside corner. Now the 0-2. That one's going to miss outside. Looked like Boone just slipped on that 0-2 off-speed pitch.
A little too far off the outside corner there from Owen Boone with that off-speed offering. It was a good pitch on the outside. Garton didn't chase, and it just missed the plate.
Boone here, the 1-2. As he grabs his sign from Mullen behind the plate. Quick check back at second. Now the pitch to the plate, up high, swung on and missed. Garton's down on strikes, and there are two gone here in the inning.
You know, in his first game of the season, Owen Boone had a relatively low strikeout performance for Owen Boone, by Owen Boone standards. He only struck out 4 over 5 innings, but that's a Christie Pitts in Toronto. You got to be a little more careful when you're pitching over there than I'm sure he'd like to be normally, and he's going right after guys here in this contest at Labatt Park, getting swings and misses, generating them from Pompey, generating them from Garton, two of the bigger hitters in this Guelph Royals lineup, and now he's got J.D. Williams to deal with here.
So J.D. Williams now, 2 gone in the inning here for Guelph. They still have a couple of runners on. Boone checks. Now he comes to the plate. That first pitch is going to be there for a strike, so we continues that great job of getting ahead of batters here in the first inning.
Yeah, great first pitch breaking ball there from Owen Boone.
See what they come with here on 0-1. Williams in that right-hand batter's box. Now the pitch to the plate, hit on the ground, shortstop. Candell over, it gets through and into left, and now it's going to squeak underneath the glove of Whalen. One run's going to be in the score here for Guelph, and that's all they'll get on the play. And they are up 1-0 here, and we'll see what the scoring is there.
Good effort from Keith Candell over at shortstop on the dive to try to come up with that ball. Unfortunately, he could not. It skipped right over his glove, and then it got into left field, and Phil Whalen overran it, and he could not come up with it cleanly, so it got past him, and we'll see if that run scores on the error or on the base hit. There is an error on the board, so there has been an error charged to Phil Whalen. It's just a matter of does that run score on the error committed by Whalen, or does it score on the original base hit, courtesy of Williams.
And I believe, Dylan, it looks like he's going to score on the error in left field by Whalen.
So that'll be an unearned run to Owen Boone then.
Ready here. 0-1 after a big swing and miss from Kawara here.
Kawara, a big guy at the plate for the Guelph Royals, a junior player with the Guelph Silver Creeks, and called up today to fill in. Royals missing a few players.
Runners on the corners here, 2 gone. Pitch just off the plate there. Mullen looked like he wanted that outside fastball. Owen Boone not too phased about the strike zone. Seen Steve Cochran behind the plate enough in his career. Now a 1-1 delivery. Runner not going. Off speed, hit over to third. Wright's got it on a hop. The throw to 1 is going to be in time to get him. So the Majors will get out of the first inning, but not before the Royals strike first here. And they're on the board to make it a 1-0 ball game.
Bit of tough luck for Owen Boone in that inning. He executed his pitches pretty well. A ground ball to Taylor Wright that he'd never really had a play on. It was hit too softly, and runner was able to reach on that, and the ground ball into left field that Phil Whalen could not come up with cleanly. I don't know if the run would have scored if Connor Morrow would have been able to score on that. If he did, but it doesn't matter. There's a run on the board now for the Guelph Royals as Morrow came in to score on that single and then the error. So the Majors trail by 1 run, but they showed some fight and some comeback ability on Friday night. They weren't able to complete that comeback due to the game being postponed and suspended. We'll see what they can do here against Emilus Guerrero and the Guelph Royals.
Well, the Majors will come to the bats here in the bottom half of the first inning as Guerrero takes to the mound here for Guelph, and we'll see what he can do. He's already got a lead to work with here in the first inning. 1-0 lead as Guelph pushed a run across on 3 hits and an error in that top half of the first inning.
Guerrero, guy who's got lots of experience in the IBL before. 2019 with Barrie, went 6-2, 283 ERA, 73 innings, 71 strikeouts to just 6 walks. So Guerrero, a guy who can definitely command the strike zone and has a lot of different off-speed pitches that he likes to use to get batters out.
And Dylan, let's go through the London Majors starting lineup here as they get to the bats in the bottom half of the first inning. Brought to you by EatHealthyEats.ca. It's Phil Whalen who's going to be leading things off in left field today for the Majors. Chris McQueen right behind him, and then Cleveland Brownlee, the first 3 to meet Guerrero here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, Whalen, McQueen, Brownlee. Brownlee's off to a good start this season for the Majors. 4 for 10 in 3 games. He only saw 6 pitches total in Welland, but went 2 for 3 with a double, so he wasted no time. He was aggressive early in the count. We'll see if that's kind of the mentality he's going with again here against the Guelph Royals, but only an average of 1.5 pitches seen per plate appearance in Welland. Once again, 6 pitches total in his 4 trips to the plate. 3 of them were at bats. He got hit by a pitch as well, which certainly does affect the number of pitches that he had to see. I'm interested to see how he fares against Guerrero, a guy who knows him well, knows that there is a game plan against Cleveland Brownlee, knows how to attack him. And I wonder what the plan is for Guerrero today and the Guelph Royals. Cleveland will be followed by Robert Mullen, who hit his first home run on Saturday and is celebrating a birthday today for the London Majors. Taylor Wright is after him, then starting Joseph, Austin Wilkie, Dan Perrier, and Keith Candell round things out for the Majors.
And it looks like they are just about set and ready here as Guerrero's last pitch is thrown down to second, and Phil Whalen will get in to lead things off here for the Majors in the bottom half of the first inning.
Whalen got his first action in the IBL in the Majors' first game of the year against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Whalen went 1 for 3 in that contest. Also went 1 for 2 at Welland yesterday. Or Saturday, I should say.
First at bats here at Labatt Memorial Park. And it'll be the lead off the ball game here. Down a run in the first inning. First pitch there, going to miss just off the plate from Guerrero. And it's going to be a 1-0 count here on the leadoff man, Whalen.
If you follow the IBL on Point Streak, you may have seen that Emilis Guerrero pitched yesterday. He did not actually, we are told. It was a mistake.
It on the ground into left field, and it's going to be a leadoff base hit for Phil Whalen to get things started here for the Majors in the bottom half of the first inning.
Good start for the London Majors. Phil Whalen in the leadoff spot for the first time for the team. Gets things going with a base hit. Now you got a runner on base for Chris McQueen, who will look to do some damage for the Majors and see if he can move Whalen up. I wonder if the sacrifice bunt gets called here by the London Majors, who certainly like to employ some small ball. It's definitely a guy who can do it, and McQueen at the plate.
Collymore already all over it. He's on the edge of the grass over at third base. He knows that McQueen will at least threaten to put one down here in the bottom half of the first inning with the leadoff man on. Not a huge lead over at first by Whalen, but a step inside the cut of the grass. Here's the pitch from Guerrero. It's off and outside. 1-0 now on Chris McQueen.
McQueen did not square on that first pitch to him, Noah, so I wonder if he was just leaving that no matter what, and now he's going to square on the second offering, or if the bunt is not going to be called by Rube Channerdat and Brent Wales.
McQueen ready. Here is up 1-0 in the count now. Whalen takes a look, and he looked like he was off there. The throw to one, they got him. Whalen got caught there, Dylan. Looked like he was going to be off on the pitch as he took a jump towards second base, but the throw over from Guerrero is going to be in time to get him, and there's one gone here in the inning.
Yeah, it's a bit of a momentum killer for the London Majors. You get the leadoff man on, but then he gets picked off by Emilis Guerrero, and it was pretty clear that he was running on that pitch, took a few steps towards second base, then realized he had to get back, dove, and nearly got in, but the tag from Kawara was on the money after a good throw from Guerrero.
1-0 to McQueen now. Will be low, picked out of the dirt there by Keys, and it's 2-0 here on Chris McQueen. Now batting with the bases empty and one gone in the inning. Good recovery there from Guerrero after the leadoff man reached on a base hit. Pitch to McQueen, catches the inside corner. It's called a strike, 2-1.
The one upside with McQueen batting in the two-hole here, even despite the fact that Whalen was set down, he can definitely set the table for the guys after him. McQueen used to batting leadoff, gets on base a whole lot, and could do some damage here for the Majors.
Comes with the off-speed on 2-1. It's called a strike to even the count up at 2s.
That outside corner that we saw Garton and Pompey get strikes on them, being called against McQueen here.
Now in the dirt from Guerrero. McQueen works the count to full here as he looks to try and, as you say, set the table for the heart of the Majors order here. Brownlee waits on deck. The big pickoff by Guerrero, the first out here in this bottom of the first inning. Look, and now McQueen's going to drive that one in the air, right field. This one's going to take a hop and hit up against the wall near the 330 sign in right. McQueen's got speed. He's going to look, but he's going to stop at 2 as the throw in from Williams is there quickly. And it's going to be a one-out double here for Chris McQueen to set the table for Cleveland Brownlee.
Really good job by Chris McQueen there, ripping that one down the right field line. That probably would have driven home Whalen if he was still on base, but now you got a guy in scoring position for Cleveland Brownlee, so not a bad spot to be for the Majors.
Guerrero had to come right at Chris McQueen on 3-2. Didn't want to walk him to put him on for free. And McQueen got a good pitch to drive, drove that one down the right field line. Hop no more than 20 feet from the outfield fence, and he's on with a one-out double here as now Cleveland Brownlee gets his first at-bat of the ballgame. The look. Guerrero throws that one across a strike. Brownlee thought that was off the plate. Not much of an argument there, and it's 0-1.
In the pregame when we were introducing the Majors lineup, I mentioned that Cleveland's off to a hot start. Only the one RBI because Cleveland's been the one setting the table for the Majors for the most part. Hasn't had a lot of guys on for him.
Now 0-1. That one well outside. Cleveland's going to let that one go easily, even the count up at 1 apiece. Majors already a couple of hits to start the ball game. Just the one runner on. It's McQueen standing at second. Guerrero checks. Now he'll come to the plate outside to Brownlee. He thought about going after that one, leaves it, and the count moves in his favor, 2-1.
Pretty significant shift here on the infield for the Guelph Royals. Darius Barlas, who is covering the runner over at second base, is just staying right behind the bag when the pitch is being thrown by Guerrero. A little bit surprising considering two of Brownlee's hits this season have gone to the opposite field.
Now comes inside. Brownlee gets jammed a little bit, still drives it into there to left field. This one's going to track back, and it hits up against the base of the wall. Brownlee's going to jog into second. In to score comes Chris McQueen on the RBI double by Cleveland Brownlee.
Talked about how Cleveland has been off to a hot start this season. Another example of it right there. It's his second double of the year. He ripped that one to left center field. Noah, you mentioned it right off the bat. He got a little bit jammed on that one. If he got his full extension on that pitch, there's a good chance it is out of the ballpark, and he's got his first home run of the season. But right there, it's a RBI double for Cleveland Brownlee, and the Majors have evened things up at 1.
Looked off the bat, at least to me, Dylan, like he was really jammed, and that was going to be a fly out to left, but the ball just kept carrying, and Brownlee's got himself a big RBI in a big spot to even this ball game up at 1 apiece. 0-1 now on Robert Mullen, who will get the stick here. Cleveland Brownlee now in scoring position. Pitch off the plate now. A ball and a strike here on the Majors backstop.
Mullen this season has been great behind the plate and with the bat in his hands.
The 1-1. Guerrero to the plate. Mullen fouls that one off over top of the grandstand, out of play. And now Guerrero works himself in a favorable count, 1-2 here.
Guerrero's got so many different options to come at Mullen with here. Mullen's got to be ready for all of them. Maybe pick a pitch and see if that's the one, but you got to protect at the same time with 2 strikes. You can't let him beat you.
Ready. Here's the 1-2. Mullen takes that pitch down the right field line, but it's going to find itself well out of play in foul territory.
Good job by Mullen fighting that one off, getting a new life here on 1-2 against Guerrero. Brownlee standing at second. You'd probably have to get a ball into the gaps if you want him to score. But even a base hit would be huge for the Majors.
Brownlee not getting held on at second, so he's able to get a little bit more of a lead than maybe he usually is. Guerrero now will come to the plate. Mullen hits that one on the ground, but foul towards third. Count stays at 1-2.
With 2 strikes, Mullen has seen a pitch that's dove away from him towards the outside. Another one that's cut inside on him that he just fouled off there. So I don't know what to expect if you're Robert Mullen here, because you've seen one inside, you've seen one outside. What does Guerrero come with? He's got so many options.
Seen just about everything that he can throw at you here on 1-2. Now he comes to delivery. Mullen's going to drive that one in the air to right field. This ball does have a lot of carry on it, tracking back towards the wall, and it is gone. Robert Mullen lifts one up into right field. It carries on out of here, and the Majors pick up the lead now, 3-1.
It's a home run for the birthday boy. Robert Mullen goes deep for the second straight game, and the Majors lead 3-1 here in the first inning. The Royals got on the board with 1 in the first, and the Majors have come back with a long Cleveland Brownlee double, and then right after that, Robert Mullen took that ball out to right field. The Majors have been ready for what Emilis Guerrero has had to offer them so far, and they are up to a 2-run lead now in the bottom of the first inning. Still got the heart of the order at the plate. Taylor Wright coming up, and only 1 out in this first inning.
So now back to the plate is Taylor Wright here after the big home run for the Majors to give them the lead. First pitch to him is there for a strike. It's 0-1 here on Wright.
Wright homered in Friday night's contest for the London Majors.
You get a look there at the flag, Dylan. The wind is blowing out a little bit today as this one's popped up on the infield. Possibly some trouble with it. Bartless works back a couple of steps. He's there to make the grab. And the second out of the bottom of the first inning there. Both of those hits, the one by Brownlee that went out to left, Dylan, and then the home run from Mullen, I thought they didn't get all of that baseball, and it carried. It just kept on carrying. You could see by the reaction in right field by Williams. He just kept on running, wondering, how far is this thing going to carry?
Yeah, the wind was certainly helping those baseballs travel a little bit. You saw the way Williams was running to get to that baseball. His route wasn't great, but that's because he thought he was going to have it about 3 different times there, and it just kept going and kept going and kept going. Eventually went over the wall.
just off the plate there to Starling Joseph here, who bats with 2 gone in the inning. Now ready. He's going to lift this one into center field. A couple of steps back. Pompey now ranging in over to his left. He'll make the grab, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the first inning, but not before the Majors get 3 runs on the board off of Guerrero, highlighted by the 2-run homer by Robert Mullen on his birthday. It's 3-1 Majors here, leading after the first inning complete here at Labatt Memorial Park. We'll be back with the second here on Majors TV.
Here at EatHealthyEats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Owen Boone back out to the mound for the Majors here as we work into the top half of the second inning, and now he gets to work with the lead after the Majors put up 3 runs on 4 hits in the bottom half of the first inning. As mentioned, highlighted by the Robert Mullen home run, drifting over the right field wall to give the Majors that 3-1 lead. Cleveland Brownlee an RBI double, scoring Chris McQueen, the other RBI in that bottom half of the first inning. But now Owen Boone, who gave up that run in the top half of the first inning, will come back out with a lead, and a 2-run lead at that, as he gets set for inning number 2. So it'll be Ethan Hammond here to lead things off in the top half of the second inning for the Guelph Royals. Boone ready as he grabs his sign here from Mullen. First pitch just off the plate there, so he's going to fall behind in the count 1-0. Boone looking in, and Mullen once again grabbing the sign, working fairly quick here. This one hit, and this one's going to be in left field, sliding in there as well, and he's there to make the catch for out number 1. That one hung up in the air. Looked like it was going to drop down in front of Whalen, but the first out of the inning is going to be a line out to left field. Boone ready now as the first pitch is going to be there for a strike. 0-1 now. Ready on the 0-1. This one just off the plate. Couldn't get the outside strike called from Steve Cochran behind the dish. Count even up at 1 apiece. Now back into his delivery. Here's Boone. Swing and a miss. Fastball right by him there. And it's a 1-2 count now.
Good pitch there from Owen Boone on Brendan Keys, getting the swing and miss. Now has lots of options to go to here on 1-2.
1-2, Boone ready. Now into his delivery. Swing and a miss. The strikeout went with the fastball off the plate. And there are 2 gone here in the second inning.
Already the 3rd strikeout for Owen Boone in the Majors in this contest. Boone got Pompey and Garton in the first inning. Gets Keys there. They've all been on the fastball, Noah. He's been getting these guys to go after it, and they've come up empty so far.
When you work yourself up in the count and get ahead of guys, You can go to just about any pitch you want, and he goes with the fastball a lot of times. He has already in the ball game, and there's 2 gone. First pitch there, called a strike as he gets the outside call there on Barlas. 0-1 here with 2 gone in the inning.
Barlas had planned on joining the Royals once again in 2021, but when they did not play, he joined the Barrie Bay Cats for a few games last season. Only played 9 contests for them, went 5 for 26 with an RBI.
Big swing and a miss there on the fastball from Majors righty Owen Boone, and he's got himself a favorable count again here, 0-2. Early in the ballgame, Dylan, only the 2nd inning. This is one of the situations where don't be surprised if you see Boone go right back to the fastball.
If it's working for him, he's not going to hesitate to throw it because it's just so good. That velocity, the movement is fantastic.
Here's the 0-2. Goes upstairs with it. They couldn't get the swing there as Bartles thought about it. Didn't really come close to going around. Mullen had them check anyways, but it's 1-2.
Good take there for Barlas. Did not go after it, although he was tempted to chase. Was able to resist that high fastball.
Now 1-2 for Boone. Once again, trying to work out and get through this 2nd inning. Lag kick delivery. This one hit down the left field line. It's going to trail and get out of play just onto the grandstand past the Majors bullpen. 1-2 will continue to be our counts here as Barlas steps out, gathers himself, and back into the batter's box here.
Whalen gave chase out in left field, but realized pretty quickly he was not going to be able to come up with that baseball. I wonder if Boone goes to the off-speed here, maybe a breaking ball to try and freeze Barlas on 1-2 after throwing a few fastballs.
Ready for the look here is Owen Boone. Grabs his sign for Mullen on 1-2. Pitch to the plate, swung on and missed. It's another strikeout for Owen Boone, and he's through a couple of innings there after the strikeout to send us to the bottom of the 2nd.
This is a vintage Owen Boone performance for the Majors. Boone with 2 punch-outs in this inning, 4 total through 2 innings of work. He's been fantastic so far for the Majors once through the order, and he's going to hope to carry that over into the 2nd time he goes through this Guelph Royals lineup. It's a very dangerous lineup, so they can't be taken too lightly, but you got to love what you're seeing from Boone so far.
Absolutely. Owen Boone so far is just the 3 hits for the Royals in the 2 innings. Those all coming back in the first when they scored their lone run so far. Now the Majors will get back onto the bats here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. See if they can build off that good first against Emilis Guerrero on the mound.
Yeah, they've got the bottom of the order set to do it. It'll be Wilkie, Perrier, and Candell, but these aren't just any normal bottom of the order guys. These have been guys that have either been off to good starts for the Majors this season or have done it in the past for them. I mean, Austin Wilkie last year was just fantastic for the Majors all year long. It looked like he was starting to get the bat going a little bit on Saturday, and Welland started the season 0 through 2 games, but Welland was able to launch a double to left center field, which is a very good sign for the Majors and Rup Chanderdat. So Wilkie will lead off this inning. And then Dan Perrier, who's 2 for 4 this year. He's got a double, he's got an RBI single, a couple of strikeouts as well, but Perrier's been off to a very good start for the Majors. And then Keith Candell, who was great with the bat Saturday in Welland, I should say. Candell with a good performance, hit a double of his own in that contest, drove in a run. He's 3 for 9 to start this young year, so a good spot to be in the order if you're the Majors because, yes, it's the bottom, but you've got guys that have been off to hot starts that can turn it over to the top, and then you really see what you can do.
Well, and a guy like Keith Candell, Dylan, is a classic example of putting a guy who could easily be your leadoff or number 2 hitter at the bottom to start things early when you get to the bottom of the order. Rup Chanderdat loves to do that, and especially with a guy like Keith, he loves hitting in that 9-hole because he's really just like a second leadoff man batting in front of, in this case, Whalen, who's in the leadoff spot.
Absolutely, Noah, and Candell can really be a leadoff hitter like you said. So can Chris McQueen, and so can Phil Whalen, is what Rup Chanderdat feels. You got 3 guys who can lead off back-to-back, and they can really set the table for the power hitters that come up after them.
First pitch swinging in the air, right field, drifting towards the line. That one's going to drop about 15 feet into the Guelph Royals bullpen. It's going to be an 0-1 count here to start this bottom half of the 2nd inning.
Wilkie sitting off speed there. It looked like got a fastball and was very late on it. Luckily for him, it drops in foul, so he's down 0-1 in the count against Guerrero.
Guerrero ready, the 0-1, well outside. Looked like he went with the fastball, about a foot off the plate there. Easy take for Wilkie, who evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Now quickly working, comes to Wilkie again. That one swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Looked like Guerrero took something off of that one, got a chase from Austin Wilkie. When Guerrero's going well, when he's really feeling himself, he's working pretty quickly, and that was an example of it right there.
Guerrero now on the 1-2. Comes to the plate. That one inside. Having to get out of the way is Wilkie on that inside pitch. Count even at 2-2.
Sped him up a little bit with a fastball. Wonder if he goes the off-speed away now that Wilkie's got his sights set on the fastball inside.
Now the 2-2. This one's going to be drilled right field on a line. There to get the catch is Williams. And the first out here of the bottom of the second inning.
Tough luck there for Austin Wilkie, who drove that ball pretty well into right center field, but J.D. Williams positioned perfectly to make the grab for the first out of the inning. He gave it a ride, and that's good to see for Wilkie, putting some good contact on the baseball. Just no result that he would have wanted there.
So now Dan Perrier will come to the plate. Already has a big double on the season so far as he takes that first pitch fastball for a strike 0-1.
Perrier, a Seneca grad, set the single-season record for home runs at Seneca.
Gets ready on the 0-1 to Guerrero. Swings right through that one. Went with the off-speed pitch. Dylan Perrier, a guy that I actually never got to face in my time while I was at Fanshawe. Perrier was at Seneca, and you know what? I think I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, definitely a very talented hitter in the OCAA.
Here's the 0-2 to Perrier. He looks at that one, looking for something off-speed. It was a fastball there for a strike, and he's down for the second out of the inning.
Perrier with his third strikeout of the season. All of them have been looking, though, which is an interesting stat. He has gone down looking 3 times in addition to his 2 big hits. So Perrier going to look to get on base next time he's up at the plate. Keith Candell will step up, looking to start a 2-out rally for the Majors here. Candell yesterday in Welland drove a double a long way down the left field line and had a pretty good offensive contest for the Majors in that game. Candell with 4 runs batted in this season.
Takes the first pitch off the plate, and Candell now has a 1-0 count to work with here against Guerrero. Guerrero trying to work through this second inning after allowing 3 runs to score in the first, and now he's got a swinging strike on Candell.
Guerrero trying to do that with a little bit of speed as well, a little bit of pace as he works out there on the mound. He's working pretty quickly.
Now the 1-1. That one called a strike, catches the outer edge, and he's up here on Candell 1-2.
Outside corner's been called all game. Candell took one there on that pitch. I'm sure he'll protect that outside corner now on 1-2.
Ready here is Guerrero. That one fouled off by Keith. Back to the backstop, and we'll have to redo the 1-2.
Fastball on the outside, sorry, Noah, that Guerrero came with there on Candell.
We've seen him come with the fastball a lot of times with 2 strikes already here in the ball game. Doing a good job at switching locations as now that pitch to Candell is popped up. Foul territory towards the Royals dugout. Over to get it. Kawara, and there are 3 gone at end the second inning. The Majors quietly here in the second. No runs, no hits as we go to the third inning here from Labatt Park, but they're holding on to a 3-1 lead, thanks in part to a big first inning. Third coming up here from Labatt Memorial Park. You're watching London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo for any artwork that you need done for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Welcome back here to Majors TV coverage of London Majors baseball. We go to the top half of the third inning. The Majors out in front to a 3-1 lead here on 3 runs in the bottom half of the first, and now Owen Boone gets set to work his third inning here in the ballgame.
Owen Boone set to get things going here in the third inning. 4 strikeouts through 2. One of those strikeout victims is the man at the plate here now, Dalton Pompey.
So back to the top here of the Guelph Royals order to start the third. Pompey, as you mentioned, a strikeout victim his first time at the dish, and now will swing on the first pitch, foul it off towards the Royals dugout. It's 0-1.
So Boone worked a lot of fastballs to Dalton Pompey in his first trip to the plate. Right there, very first pitch, breaking ball. Pompey was right on it. He was sitting fastball, I think, and he just fouled it off. A good pitch from Boone there to start off the Royals center fielder.
Got himself up on Pompey. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And here's the leg kick, and now he comes to the plate. That one's going to miss low.
Through 31 pitches, Owen Boone is going right after guys. Among those 31 pitches are 22 strikes for Owen Boone.
Boone taking his time, works that pace here as the pitch to the plate is going to miss. Just inside, maybe a hair low to Pompey, 2-1.
Good off speed there from Owen Boone, just missed on Pompey. Wonder if he goes back to the fastball, old reliable on 2-1. You know Pompey is going to be expecting it, being the professional hitter that he is.
Grabs his sign from Mullen, now the 2-1 delivery. Right at him with the fastball, but it's going to miss low, move the count to 3-1. And Pompey, a guy that you'd like to keep off base any way you can. You certainly don't want to let him get on for free.
A lot of speed in Dalton Pompey, and you don't want that on the base pass, especially with the guys that the Royals have following him. Pompey is just one of the many good bats the Guelph Royals have.
Ready here as the pitch from Owen Boone to the dish. Inside, not going to get the call on Pompey, and he's going to be on with the leadoff walk here to start the third.
Pompey walked in his first trip to the plate yesterday in Hamilton, and a walk drawn here against Owen Boone. Didn't get the call in the inside corner from Steve Cochran. Robert Mullen held it there for a couple seconds, trying to see if he'd get a delayed call from Cochran, but no dice. Pompey reaches first base, and you can imagine that he's likely going to be on the move at some point in this inning because he's got blazing speed, so why not use it?
Boone certainly has got to know that it might be an option here. Not a huge lead from Pompey. Not going on the first pitch, that's in the dirt and blocked by Mullen. 1-0 now here on Morrow.
Mullen's so good at blocking those balls in the dirt, that becomes ever more crucial with a guy like Pompey at first.
Now Pompey an extra step at first, just inside the cut of the grass as this ball's hit in the air, right field. Joseph is back, still going back towards the track, and he makes the catch on that ball that carried, and now the throw over top of McQueen at second, but Pompey not going to go anywhere. He's still at first, one gone.
Another example of that ball carrying, Noah. You talked about it earlier. We got a good look at the flags and the wind. The wind is definitely blowing out in this contest, and that one took Starling Joseph almost to the warning track on what looked to be a routine fly ball, but he was able to put it away for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, we knew there was a little bit of a breeze when we got into the ballpark today. It's obviously we don't feel it near as much up here in the booth, but when you got down on the field level for batting practice, you could feel the breeze, and certainly when it gets up in the air is where you're going to see most of the movement. As a throw over to Pompey has him diving back.
Good move there from Owen Boone trying to get the Royals runner, but no dice. Now another throw that goes back and is a little wild.
Boone here now has Collymore at the plate. Hasn't gone to the dish yet. That was the first move. He went over to first as Pompey, a couple of steps over at first. Still not a big lead for the leadoff base runner. Now he comes to the plate. That one's going to miss low. Mullen had to pick that one out of the dirt, and it's 1-0.
Not a bad pitch there from Owen Boone. Just missed a little bit low with that one. Mullen, another good job blocking that baseball, keeping it close, keeping it near him so Pompey couldn't move up.
Pompey with now a slight turn towards second. Not going. Pitch to the plate. Upstairs to Collymore, 2-0.
Robert Mullen was set up a little bit high on that one, and as a base runner, if you're Dalton Pompey, you see that, you're like, maybe I won't run here because Mullen looked ready to go. I'm sure Dino Rumel has given Pompey the green light if he wants it.
Yeah, that fastball up in the zone, totally by design by Boone and Mullen as well. Now a 2-0 pitch. Boone to the plate, popped up, foul territory. A look over by Perrier, but that one's going to be 6 rows deep into the seats and out of play.
Good pursuit there from Dan Perrier, but no real shot as that one was well out of play for the Majors. And now Boone will have to do it again on 2-1, pitching a little cautiously to Collymore, especially with with Pompey over at first base. Doesn't want to throw anything that's too difficult to receive for Mullen, because you don't want Pompey to take 90 feet on you, and then possibly more with the speed that he's got if a throw goes away, right? You don't want to cause any problems on defense, and we'll see how Boone attacks Collymore here on the 2-1.
Collymore looking to keep the line moving for the Royals. That one inside, called a strike, and now the count even at 2-2 for Owen Boone.
Good spot to be if you're Owen Boone. Obviously, Collymore a tough guy to deal with at the plate, but 2-2, you want to try to get him out here. If you can, a strikeout would be great. A double play, even better.
Boone now takes the quick check at the runner at first. 2-2, comes to the plate inside, trying to spin the off speed on the inner part of the plate, doesn't get the call, and it's 3-2.
That breaking ball just did miss to Collymore. Tried to drop it in on the inside corner and get the call, but did not get that from home plate umpire Steve Cochran, who thought it was a little too far inside, and I'd have to agree with him.
Now Dylan on 3-2. Is this the pitch where we see Pompey off?
I would expect that, yes, Noah.
3-2, not running. To the plate, strike 3 as Collymore goes down swinging, and that's a big punch-out for Owen Boone.
One of the things that Owen Boone has been doing throughout this inning ever since Dalton Pompey got on base is he's been varying his timing pretty significantly out there on the mound. On the 2-2 pitch to Collymore, Boone held on to that for a very long time, and then on 3-2 he held on to it for a second or so and then came straight home. That can mess with you as a runner if you're on base. Pompey can't quite get the timing down on Owen Boone, and that's probably why we haven't seen him run just yet. So Collymore strikes out there, now 2 outs and Josh Garton at the plate.
Pitch in the dirt to Garton to start things here, 1-0. Garton, a strikeout victim his first time around here. A lot of people, you can imagine, in the ballpark, Dylan, on the edge of their seats to see if Pompey was going to run. Hasn't so far through the first 2 outs of this inning.
Yeah, no, I do expect that it's coming at some point, but we haven't really seen him take an overly aggressive lead just yet, so has not run.
This one no bigger than the rest here on 1-0. Pitch crushed to right field, but well foul into the tree and out of play, 1-1. Dylan, if nothing else, though, Pompey being over there first just gets in Boone's head enough, right? You know that he's a threat to run, that you know that you got to be careful. And the same thing with Mullen behind the plate. You know he's there, and that can sometimes be enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Boone missed on the first 2 pitches to Collymore, probably because he was thinking about Dalton Pompey and what he was going to do over at first base. But if you're Owen Boone, you need one more out to get out of this inning. Lock in on Garton here.
1-1 delivery. Boone now upstairs and well outside to Garton. Doesn't get him to reach. It's 2-1.
That one a bit of a slide step from Owen Boone, missed high. It seems like he's struggled a little bit to finish those pitches when he's got the slide step going, but it's at the same time it's something he feels is necessary in order to keep Pompey at bay over at first base.
Certainly has to be quick to the plate. Now he's 2-1. Leg kick, delivery, called, outside strike, and it's 2-2 here on Josh Garton.
Really good pitch there from Owen Boone on the outside corner. A fastball that he just dotted on the black and gets the call from Steve Cochran. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garton with 2 away. See if you can finish him right here if you're Boone.
Big 2-2 pitch here as the fans get into it at the ballpark. Owen Boone looking to get through a 3rd inning of work. Pompey grabs his lead at first, the same spot that he's been planted throughout the course of this inning. Boone ready. Runner not going. Pitch hit on the ground. Boone gets a glove on it, and he's going to shovel it over to Perrier at first to get the 3rd out of the inning and retire the Royals. Going to the bottom of the 3rd.
Bit of fortune there for the London Majors. A line drive right back up the middle. Owen Boone got a glove on it, and oftentimes when we see that happen, it can be knocked around and the defense struggles with it a little bit, but Boone was able to make that play and throw it over to first.
And the Majors will come to the bats here in the bottom of the third inning here, still holding on to a 3-1 lead, Dylan, and looking to try and add on to that here. As Owen Boone's done a fantastic job on the mound. Let's talk a little bit about Pompey getting on to lead off that inning. He didn't run. I think everybody in the ballpark, including us up here in the booth, were expecting him to run at some point, but he doesn't. But as we talked about, sometimes you don't have to run to be able to throw the pitcher off.
Exactly, Noah, and a good example of that was the at-bat from Malik Collymore. When Owen Boone locked in against Collymore, the first two pitches missed well out of the strike zone because he's thinking about Dalton Pompey over at first base. He's thinking about what Pompey's next move could be. Is he going to run on this pitch? Is he going to run on the next one? Is he going to run at all? There's so much to think about as a pitcher and as a catcher. If you're Robert Mullen, you're thinking about these things too, because you know the blazing speed that Dalton Pompey has. Everybody knows Dalton Pompey's speed. He was in the big leagues, and he put that on, put a show on in the big leagues with that speed that he's got. But he did not run at all in that frame for the Guelph Royals. But Boone certainly was thinking about that, had that in the back of his mind as he was working there for the Majors. Luckily for London, it didn't really lead to too much for Guelph.
Yeah, the London Majors will have the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the third inning. 4 straight hits for the top of the order the first time around. We'll see what they can do here their second time against Emilis Guerrero on the mound.
Yeah, Emilis Guerrero will face this Majors order the second time through the bottom of the order. Pretty uneventful against the against the Guelph righty. And the top, though, was able to put on 3 runs in the first inning. The first 4 guys got hits. It was a hit for Whalen, a hit for McQueen, a hit for Brownlee, and a hit for Mullen. Whalen, of course, picked off in that inning, so he did not come around to score, but McQueen, Brownlee, and Mullen all did. So it was a good first inning for the Majors. Good job by the top of the order to get on Guerrero early, and we'll see what he's able to do against this Majors top of the order here in the third.
So it'll be Whalen here to lead things off here for the Majors. Bottom of the third inning here from Labatt Memorial Park. Guerrero back out onto the mound here for the Royals. 3 runs, 4 hits for London so far through the first 2 innings worth of at-bats.
Worth mentioning, all of those hits and runs came in the bottom of the first inning.
Now ready here, Guerrero to the plate just off the outside corner. Doesn't get the call on Whalen. It's 1-0 to lead off this bottom of the third. Now Whalen hit over to third on a hop. The throw, Collymore over to first in time, and they've got Whalen to lead off the bottom of the third inning.
Solid contact there from Phil Whalen on the ground ball to third base. Collymore a strong throw over to first, and they get the first out.
So now Chris McQueen will come to the plate, and he's got 1 gone here in the inning. A kind of similar situation to what happened in the bottom of the first. Whalen got on and then got picked off for McQueen to try and kickstart the rally himself with 1 out, and now he'll try to do so again here in the bottom of the third, and now he's going to square around to bunt, but that one well foul down the third base line.
No surprise that McQueen squares around there trying to make something happen on the base paths. Did not do that in the first inning, but squared around this time. Collymore was ready for it. That bunt, though, well foul.
Guerrero now 0-1 here on McQueen. McQueen swings, and he fouls that one off out of play. McQueen almost had a triple his first time around, Dylan. He hit that one hard down the right field line, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't the first inning, I think he might have gone for third.
Yeah, if it's a different point in that ball game, it's possible he risks it and tries to get over to third base, but no sense in doing that at an early stage in the ball game like we were in. A hard line drive down the line, though.
McQueen is down swinging there as he chases a fastball upstairs off the plate a little bit, and there are 2 gone quickly here in the bottom of the third for Emilis Guerrero. So now Cleveland Brownlee back to the plate. Hit one hard in the air to left field last time. Got on base with a double on a ball that just kept on carrying out to kind of left center field.
Yeah, Brownlee hit that one hard, but we didn't think that it was going to carry as far as it did. It nearly got out of the ballpark.
Does the same thing here, but pulls it well foul into the parking lot at Labatt Park. He's behind in the count 0-1.
Guerrero did a good job with that pitch, getting it in on the hands of Cleveland Brownlee. Got it way inside on him. He tried to golf it and get a little piece of it. He did get a piece, but it went well foul into the parking lot. Noah, I hope that your car's all right.
I think I'm parked far enough back that I should be okay, as Brownlee fouls one straight back to the screen there. Just missed that fastball.
Yeah, Brownlee right on top of that fastball from Milos Guerrero. We'll see if he's able to get on it here on the next offering, but odds are Guerrero's going to throw one of his many off-speed pitches to try and set him down.
We'll see what he comes with. He's way up here on Cleveland. It's 0-2. Now ready, the pitch. Just low as Brownlee takes that one. Now 1-2.
Good take there for Cleveland Brownlee. On 1-2, he's got a chance to get on base here and potentially start a two-out rally for the Majors. He's got power behind him, power at the plate, power up next.
Missing there to Brownlee again, 2-2. When you get up 0-2 on a guy like Cleve, you have so many options and so many pitches to work with. You can afford to miss a couple, see if he can chase. Now the 2-2 comes to the plate. Brownlee takes that one as well, and now it's a full count at 3-2.
Great patience right now from Cleveland Brownlee at the plate. Was down 0-2 in this count, and you know that Guerrero's going to throw everything he's got at you to try to set you down. Brownlee's been patient, and he hasn't chased yet.
And now he chases one off the plate. The off-speed, Guerrero gets him to strike him out and end the bottom of the third inning. So the Majors go quietly here in the third. Nothing to show for it, and we are through 3 innings complete here at Labatt Park. The kids will get set to run the bases here as we head to the fourth. It's the Majors leading 3-1 as you're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. eathealthyeats.ca, from farm to folks.
Back inside Labatt Park here in London as we check out the kids running the bases, finishing up there. Dylan, I don't know, does that beat the number that we had on Friday night? It seems like it, but it is hard to tell.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to tell, Noah, because we had a very good number on Friday night at Labatt Park with the kids running the bases. A very good number once again here. A lot of kids at the ballpark, especially with the afternoon game today. Noah, maybe there are more kids on the field now than there were on Friday, but it's pretty close.
We got a few just finishing up there as they make their way towards home. Got to touch home plate or it doesn't count.
Absolutely.
And there it is. Owen Boone takes his extended break and now works his way out to the mound as he'll get set to work for the 4th inning here for the Majors. Majors out in front to a 3-1 lead here at the ballpark on this Monday afternoon. 3 runs coming in the bottom half of the 1st inning. 2 of them coming on the 2-run shot from Robert Mullen.
Both teams' only scoring came in the 1st inning. The Royals got on the board with 1 in that first frame. The Majors got 3 in the bottom half. And Owen Boone's been cruising along so far on the mound for the Majors through 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts to this point for the Majors right-hander. And Boone, a guy who's used to the kids running the bases. He waited back by the dugout before he went out to the mound. It was funny on Friday night, Noah. I noticed Bo Lewington, who's new to the Majors, was on the mound waiting for these kids to be done, and they just weren't finishing up because there were so many. Boone knows what this is all about. He's been here for a while. He knows what to expect and was able to wait back and get himself all set up.
Well, and the kids running the bases here at Labatt Park has been a thing that has gone on for years and years and years, Dylan. So Owen Boone, of course, used to that. The kids know that they can do it in between the 3rd and the 4th every ball game, and it just seems like the numbers that the Majors get out. And sometimes I want to say it seems a little excessive, but
there are a lot of kids.
They let them out there nonetheless. They get to run the bases. It takes the Majors, an extra 2 or 3 minutes to warm up, but at the end of the day, that is what makes the day for a lot of those kids.
And then there are the kids who run the bases twice, who go around for a second turn. There's no need for that. We got to get back to baseball here.
They do not care. They do not care. Owen Boone is ready to go here as we get set for the top half of the 4th inning here from Labatt Park. 3-1 the Majors leading the Guelph Royals. And now Boone, who has worked himself through a good part of this Royals order now through the 2nd time, will get set to work here. Mullen ready, gives a sign. Boone delivers to the plate, and it's going to be a swinging strike to start things here for Boone in the top half of the 4th.
Good curveball there from Owen Boone, and that's something we've seen him do a few times the 2nd time through the order. Now the Royals have all seen his fastball quite a bit. He started a few of them off with a breaking ball.
He'll do that the 2nd, 3rd time through the order, and now that pitch upstairs, and he'll move the count to 1-1.
It seems to me, Noah, like Owen Boone and Robert Mullen are often on the same page, and that's so huge for a pitcher-catcher combo.
Pitch, and that one you're going to miss downstairs. Williams, his last time up, was able to reach base on a base hit. We'll try to do so once again here in the 4th to lead off things for the Royals. He's got a 2-1 count. Two-on delivery. Boone called a strike, catches the bottom of the zone, and now it's 2-2.
Good pitch there from Owen Boone, hitting the outside corner with that fastball, something he so often likes to do, and a very good one there against Williams.
Boone looking to get the first out here of the 4th inning. He's got a 2-2 count here on Williams. Pitch to the plate, swung on and missed. And there is the first out here of the 4th as he gets Williams on strikes.
Good fastball there from Owen Boone once again. Blew it right past Williams, and he's been cruising along so far for the Majors. Another good pitch there from Owen Boone. Started off with the breaking ball, and once he's got all of his pitches working, I think the first time through the order, Boone likes to come with the fastball quite a bit. And we saw that when the Guelph Royals were at the plate. A lot of fastballs, and it was working great for him. But he knows the 2nd time through the order, guys are ready for that fastball a little bit more than they were the first time. And so he starts to mix in the breaking ball and pitches like that.
There for a strike to get ahead here. 0-1 as he's got an out already here to start the top half of the 4th inning.
Another batter, he started with a breaking ball right there on Kawara.
Kawara with a big cut at that one. It was upstairs out of the zone, and it's 0-2 for Owen Boone.
Kawara, a big guy at the plate, chased that high fastball. Looks so appealing to anybody, especially a guy with the power that Kawara has.
Boone with a quick shake off there of Mullen. And now he's got the sign he wants. Comes to the plate, called strike 3. Kawara down on strikes. Boone's got another punch out here, 2 gone to start this 4th inning.
Boone made quick work of Kawara there. Robert Mullen actually wanted that fastball up high. He set up high, didn't get the pitch where he wanted it, but he still got it in the strike zone, so it was a called strike 3 on the big first baseman for Guelph.
Does the job nonetheless for Owen Boone here as he makes quick work of Kawara, and now he's got 2 gone here. As Hammond will step to the plate and look to start things for Guelph. First pitch Looked like it was just up. I think Mullen's going to have a conversation there with Cochran. That one looked like it caught the top of the zone. Not going to get the call, 1-0.
Yeah, very, very close for Owen Boone there, but just did miss, according to the home plate umpire.
There's a breaking ball for the first pitch, and now Boone will have to work from behind, 1-0. That one does catch the zone. Big fastball, evens the count up at a ball and a strike.
Boone can put that fastball low. He can put it high. He's gotten guys to chase up high, and then that one right there, right at the knees. So another good pitch from Owen Boone.
Boone ready again here. The big leg kick delivery popped up on the infield. Boone stares it down. Infielders converge. It's second baseman Chris McQueen who calls off everyone and makes the catch just off to the right of the mound for the final out here of the fourth.
Bit of a scary play there on the infield. Those are always tough. You never know who's going to make that catch. Noah, what's the thing that you like to say when there's a pop-up near the pitcher's mound?
If you're the pitcher, I tell this to all the kids I coach, Dylan. I said, if you're the pitcher, get out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do if you're the man on the mound. So much easier for the infielders to come in on that ball. They don't have to worry about the mound. They don't have to worry about going back. The pitcher's only going to get in the way if he's around that pop fly. So Boone did a good job getting out of the way there. It looked like Taylor Wright was going to try to make that grab. Dan Perrier thought about it as well. Eventually, it's Chris McQueen that comes in and makes the catch to retire the side. Another good inning for the Majors and Owen Boone.
Yeah, that's a good play actually by Chris McQueen. He's the guy that needs to get that because he's running in towards that ball with the wind kind of pushing out towards right center field. It's pushing towards McQueen, so he's running right at it. He's the right guy to get that ball. Good job by him to call him off, and a good job by Owen Boone to get out of the way. I had a coach, Dylan, Bob Lofgren, when I played ball for a number of years. He was the first guy to say to me, Smitty, when that ball goes up in the air, if there's two outs, just start running towards the dugout. I don't need you anywhere close on the infield. You're just going to get in guys' ways.
Exactly. I know it's a tough play for the pitcher to make, and it's just easier if he doesn't try. If you don't try to make that play as a pitcher, it's so much easier for your infielders. And good advice there from Bob Lofgren.
A good crowd here at Labatt Park, as you just saw on your screen there. Now look at Milos Guerrero back out onto the mound here for the Guelph Royals as they'll get set to face the Majors in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, an error for London. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Guelph Royals. Save and accept 1 hit, Dylan. Every single one of those stat items coming back in the first inning.
Yeah, it's been really all the first inning so far in terms of production from this contest. That's where all the runs have come from. Like you said, all the hits except for 1 in that first inning as well. We haven't seen much since then. We'll see if this is the inning that both teams get it going once again.
So Mullen will lead things off here for London, bottom half of the fourth inning. Had the big blast back in the first to put the Majors up 3-1. Pitch here, Guerrero to the plate. That one uncalled a strike, outer edge, and he's able to get ahead of the Majors' leadoff man in the inning, 0-1.
Mullen drove that home run to the opposite field his first time up.
Now the 0-1 delivery. Mullen straight back on the foul ball into the screen. And it's 0-2 here. Guerrero able to get ahead. We'll see if he can put down Mullen quickly here to start the inning.
2 fastballs to Mullen so far. He was right on that one. I think we see a breaking ball from Guerrero here.
Takes his time on the mound to get the sign here. The 0-2 delivery, just low. Good pitch there coming at Mullen, and it's 1-2.
No, it looked to me like we may have seen a bit of a lower arm slot on that last pitch from Milos Guerrero than we've seen so far.
Pitch off the plate, and now it's 2-2. Seen that from Guerrero already a few times in the ballgame, Dylan. Gets ahead of a guy 0-2, has a lot to work with, and he falls behind 1-2, then 2-2. He's fallen behind 3-2 a couple of times after getting up 0-2 on guys.
Sometimes you just have too many options, and a few of them aren't working at that time.
Pitch to the plate, just off the zone. He thought that one might have caught the edge, doesn't get the call, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, definitely off the plate there, Noah, but a bit of a borderline pitch. Mullen with a good eye was able to take that one. Brendan Keys behind the dish wanted that call for his pitcher, but unfortunately for him was not able to get it.
Off speed, hit hard over to third. A nice play by Collymore to wrangle that one in, and there's one gone to start the bottom half of the fourth.
Good play over at third base by Malik Collymore on that last line drive. Mullen scorched it down the third base line, but the third baseman was positioned perfectly to make that grab for the first out of the inning.
Number 29,
So Mullen retired to start this bottom of the fourth inning. One gone here for the Majors. And now Taylor Wright will get set to bat. 52 pitches already in the ball game for Emilis Guerrero. Not a bad number so far through 3 1/3. Wright hits one off the end of the bat. Going to be a tough play. Coming over, and they're not going to have a play as Morrow just fumbled over top of that baseball, and the Majors will have a one-out base runner.
Yeah, kind of off the screws there for Taylor Wright. He didn't get a lot on that base hit, but it just squibbled over towards third base. Collingmore couldn't get it, and neither could Morrow, and so he's on board, and sometimes that's all you need. I mean, after that home run on Friday night, Wright has been 0 for 5 since then, with a few strikeouts as well, so maybe this little squib of a base hit is all he needs to get going again, because when Wright's on, his bat is so potent in that Majors lineup. Now he's on base for Starling Joseph.
Joseph here for the Majors, and the tough batters don't stop here. Guerrero now to the plate. Big swing and miss there by Joseph, 0-1.
Always going to get a big cut from Starling Joseph. He does not get cheated up at the plate, and he's never going to give you 50%. He's going to give you 110 every time.
Sixth batter in the Majors order, but could easily be up in a 3 or 4 spot as well. A talented hitter is now a throw over to 1. He was fairly close, but back diving is right.
We've seen that move over from Emilis Guerrero a couple of times now. Got Phil Whalen in the first inning. It's a good move from a righty pitcher out there on the mound. Nearly had right on that one, but he was back safely.
0-1 to the plate. Joseph swings right through that one. Looked like he was just a tad bit behind that pitch, and it's 0-2.
Joseph homered in that same game on Friday night that Wright did, and now looking to do some damage here as a man on first with 1 out, looking to at least move him up.
Big 0-2 count here for Guerrero. Has struggled so far putting guys away on the 0-2. Pitch to the plate. This one's going to be chopped off the end of the bat. It's going to fall into shallow right field. Wright is on his horse, and he's heading to third. Coming up, throwing the throw to 3 is not in time. Advancing to second is Joseph. And the Majors have runners at second and third. Just 1 out here in the 4th.
Really good heads-up base running on 2 fronts right there. Taylor Wright, very aware over at first base, saw the little blooper that was going to drop into right field. Nobody was going to get there. He read that very, very early and got on his horse towards third base. He's able to make it up to third on that play. And Starling Joseph was about halfway between first and second on that play. He was waiting to see where the throw was going to go. J.D. Williams threw it directly to third base. There was no cutoff on that. It bounced all the way to the third base bag, and Joseph was able to move up to second.
So now the Majors in a good position to try and push some more runs across here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. As Austin Wilkie bats now. Joseph at second, Wright at third, 1 gone. Pitch Guerrero to the plate. Wilkie hit on the ground, shortstop. 1 run's going to come in to score. Looked back to second as Joseph, as the throw over to 1 is in time to retire Austin Wilkie, but it'll be a run scored here for the Majors, and it's a 4-1 lead.
So Wilkie gets the RBI on the play. Wright is able to come in to score there, and the Majors now lead by 3 runs. It's a pretty good cushion for Owen Boone to work with on the mound. Wilkie gets the job done and gets the run home.
So the Majors, a great job there. Some good base running allows them to score a run here in the 4th. And now still working with 2 outs is to the plate comes Dan Perrier, looking to try and add on that run standing at second base in Starling Joseph. It's 1-0 on the pitch off the plate.
We've seen Perrier come up with some big hits so far in his tenure with the Majors. We'll see if he's able to come up with another here with 2 away.
1-0. Perrier slaps one the other way. It's over to first base and caught on a line to retire the side. But the Majors get 1 back here. A couple of hits, some good base running, and then the ground out from Wilkie to score the run. It is a 4-1 Majors lead through 4 innings of complete baseball here at Labatt Memorial Park. The 5th inning is coming up next. You're watching London Majors baseball here on Majors TV.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
We welcome you back here inside of Labatt Memorial Park. It's a good day for baseball. A little bit chilly so far here at the Forks of the Thames, but fans being treated to a good one so far. Their hometown London Majors out to a 4-1 lead as Owen Boone gets set to work here in the 5th inning.
Owen Boone getting set for his 5th inning of work here for the London Majors. Has been fantastic through 4. Going to look to keep that up. 7 strikeouts through 4 innings, just 1 walk as well. 3 hits given up. All of those came in the 1st inning for the Guelph Royals, and Boone has really settled down since. He's been executing his pitches very well. He's had the fastball working. The breaking ball has been a good option for him so far in this game as well.
So Boone set to work here as we start the top half of the 5th inning. 4-1, London Majors lead so far in the ball game. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the bottom half of the 4th as they lead this ball game. And now Owen Boone, his cushion to work with, extended a little bit here, a 3-run lead. The look and delivery from Boone. This one fouled, although not far. Did that hit off the hand of Mullen?
I think it did hit off his glove hand, may have jammed a few of his fingers. Brandon Keys, the catcher himself, knows the feeling. He's going to walk over, give Mullen a few seconds. Steve Cochran going to go have a conversation with Owen Boone by the mound, give the catcher a chance to recover. Mullen, I'm sure, appreciates that. Just a classy veteran move from Steve Cochran there.
Mullen looks like he is A-OK, though, on the foul ball to move the count to 0-1 here for Owen Boone. Majors 4-1 lead here, and Owen Boone back out to the mound. He's been efficient so far in the ball game so far. The only real trouble he had back in the 1st inning. Grabs his sign from Mullen, who's back into the crouch. Now delivery to the plate. Called a strike, 0-2.
Good pitch there from Owen Boone, getting the call on the offering to Brendan Keys. You touched on it there, Noah. A couple innings where Boone has thrown 18 pitches, the 1st and the 3rd. But for the most part, he's been very efficient.
0-2. Fouled off again. Nice battle there at the plate by Keys, and he'll have to redo the 0-2.
Boone actually threw fewer strikes in that 3rd inning than he did in the 1st. Struggled a little bit more. Only 44% of his pitches in that 3rd frame were for strikes, whereas 72% were strikes in the 1st inning. And really, I don't know if that run scores if it wasn't for the miscue out in left field by the Majors, but Boone's looked good so far.
Pitch to the plate low. Mullen had to block that one in the dirt with 2 strikes, but doesn't get the call.
Another example of a very good block from Robert Mullen. He's always keeping the balls in front of him close.
Now Boone looks, is ready again on the 1-2. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there for Boone. And there is 1 gone to start this 5th inning of work.
Another good fastball from Owen Boone. We've seen it time and time again throughout this game. Right there, climbs the ladder on Keys and gets the swing and miss for the first out of this inning. You've got Dalton Pompey due up 3rd in this frame. If you're able to keep the 2 guys ahead of him off the bases, that's huge because Pompey can do so much damage. So a good start for Owen Boone getting the strikeout of Keys. Now he's got to deal with Darius Barlas, who is 0 for 1 in the game.
Barlas now to the plate with 1 out in the inning. Takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Barlas was a strikeout victim his first time through the order.
Boone at 64 pitches now through 4 1/3 after getting the first pitch strike on Barlas.
Ready on 0-1 is Boone. This one hit on the ground. Over to first base. Perrier going to take it on a hop himself to first, and there is the second out of the inning. Score at 3 unassisted for Dan Perrier.
More weak contact from Owen Boone as Perrier collects that ground ball and easily walks it over to first base for the second out of the inning. And I talked about how it was going to be important for Owen Boone to keep the first 2 guys in this inning off the base pass, and he did just that.
And now Dalton Pompey back to the plates here for the Guelph Royals. Just 2 at-bats so far in the ballgame. He's struck out and he has walked. And now he'll get ready to go. The first pitch off the plate to Pompey, 1-0.
Looks like Pedro de los Santos throwing a little bit out in the Majors bullpen and talking to Brent Wales around the batting cage before the game. I was told when Boone's done, there's a chance that Pedro comes in to throw a little bit. Didn't throw that much on Friday night, just struggled for the Majors.
Pompey hits one hard into center field. Tracking back is Wilkie to the warning track, the wall, and he's got it right up against the fence to retire the side in order here in the 5th.
Dalton Pompey got a good piece of that baseball, but all the way back to the warning track, Austin Wilkie was there to make the grab. No, I don't know if you heard it. I sure did. The crowd kind of went, whoa, because he got a lot of that ball, but just did get under it, and that allowed Wilkie to track back and make that catch.
Pompey got a whole lot of that swing, and to be honest with you, Dylan, that's probably a home run in almost every other IBL ballpark. But here at Labatt Park, a deep 402 out to center. That one probably hit about 380, 385 out towards the fence where Wilkie made the grab, but it is an out in the scorebook, and the Majors will head to the bottom of the 5th with that 4-1 lead still intact.
Yeah, another good inning for Owen Boone right there. Another quick inning for him as the pitch count climbs up a little bit as the game goes along. He's doing a good job of staying pretty efficient out there on the mound. The Guelph Royals have had a few good innings so far, and where they've pushed, but have not been able to get a run across since that first. The Majors are going to look to add on to that lead. They got a run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now that we're in the bottom of the 5th, they're going to look to add another. Emilis Guerrero on the mound for Guelph, throwing his warm-up pitches right now at 60 pitches through 4 frames of work. 66% of his pitches, exactly a third of his pitches actually, have been strikes. And he's worked pretty efficiently. Aside from a 22-pitch first inning, it's been 13, 11, and 14 since then. So he's been doing a good job. He's settled right in for the Guelph Royals, as we expected him to do. Just a little bit off in that first frame. Cleveland Brownlee was able to drive a ball. Robert Mullen, of course, hit the 2-run home run. So a very good first for the Majors. But ever since, Guerrero's kind of calmed things down and been the Emilis Guerrero that we've been used to seeing in the Intercounty Baseball League.
And they get set to face the Majors here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. One thing to keep in mind, Dylan, as we work through the ball game today and looking at some of the pitchers, we talked about how Pedro de los Santos was warming up for the Majors. Holiday Monday, so not the normal off week for the Majors here. You just got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off before you start a 3-game weekend. Friday at home, and then road days on Saturday and Sunday. So maybe you keep Owen Boone a little bit lower on the pitch count than you would have if you plan on starting him on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, and the Majors have a lot of different options they can go with here. They could go with Pedro de los Santos on Friday night and then Arias and Boone Saturday, Sunday. They could go with Boone again on Friday, Saturday. And if they want to do that, where they go with Boone again on the Friday or the Saturday, Friday, of course, at home against Hamilton, they're going to have to keep the pitch count a little lower than they would like for Owen Boone if you want him to come back in a short turnaround.
Guerrero's ready here as he'll face off for the Majors in the bottom half of this 5th inning of work. That one's there for a strike, and it's 0-1 here to start the at-bat against Keith Candell.
Candell popped up in foul territory to the first baseman Arthur Kawara in his first trip to the plate.
Pitch just off the plate there. 1-1 to Keith here, who represents the bottom of the order for the Majors.
Candell, a former Guelph Royal as well. He spent a lot of time in the Intercounty Baseball League. Some of that was spent in Guelph.
Squares around, and they're going to say he did go around on the bunt. It's 1-2 here on Keith.
Candell chased after that pitch that was on the outside part of the plate and could not hold up in time with that bunt try, so the home plate umpire, Steve Cochran, will call him for it.
1-2 now. Hit on the ground. Shortstop. Couple of nice hops over to Morrow. Morrow to first in time to get Candell. And the first out of the inning quickly there for Emilis Guerrero on the mound.
Not exactly a weekly hit from Keith Candell, but unfortunately for him, right at somebody, Connor Morrow over at shortstop handled that relatively easily and made a good throw over to first base.
So Whalen to the dish here for the Majors. Already got a hit in the ballgame so far, and now he'll be tasked with starting things for the Majors with one gone in this bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch upstairs, a bit inside as well from Guerrero, 1-0.
Good take there from Phil Whalen, looking to start things off with one away in the inning. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in the first inning, and then grounded out his last trip to the plate.
Pitch outside there, it's taken for a ball, so the count now 2-0. Haven't seen any action down in the Guelph Royals bullpen as of yet in the ball game. 2-0 from Guerrero, there for a strike, 2-1.
I don't know what the pitch count is on Emilis Guerrero, but from what I've heard, it sounds like Daniel Marquez could follow him right out of the bullpen whenever he is done.
That pitch just low, trying to get the bottom corner, couldn't get the call. It's 3-1 now. Chris McQueen stands on deck here for the Majors. Behind him, Cleveland Brownlee. They'd love to try and get him an at-bat here in the fifth. Outside, it's ball 4. Whalen will have a walk here with 1 out in the inning.
Good patience on display from Phil Whalen there, able to draw the walk against Emilis Guerrero after two balls to start the at-bat, I should say. Took a strike and then watched 2 more miss the strike zone. So Whalen now aboard, and Whalen more aware than anybody else of Emilis Guerrero's pickoff move over at first base. He was picked off in the first inning.
Not a huge lead over at first. Whalen takes the look as that pitch is there for a strike on Chris McQueen. It's 0-1 to start the at-bat to the lefty.
Right after Whalen was picked off, McQueen launched a double down the right field line. We'll see if he's able to put something in the gap here with a runner on base.
McQueen squares around to bunt. That one's popped up in the air. Tough play coming over and unable to make the catch is Keys, although not without a valiant effort.
Really good try there by Brendan Keys, popping out of the crouch, ranging over to try and make that play down the third baseline. That's such a tough play for a catcher to make in general. And then Keys hesitated just a little bit, not knowing if he was going to be the one to take it, if Collymore was going to try to get there. It was going to be a tough play for both of them, and Keys, unfortunately, not able to make the grab.
Keys really the only guy that had a great chance at getting that, and it was going to take a good effort to get there. Nonetheless, it's an 0-2 count on Chris McQueen. Now the 0-2 delivery. McQueen slaps at it and fouls it off out of play.
McQueen does such a good job of fighting off pitches when he's at the plate. When he's down in a tough count, down with 2 strikes, he's able to foul off a lot of tough pitches from Emilis Guerrero and whatever pitcher he's facing, just staying alive in that batter's box.
Try to battle here again. It's another 0-2 pitch coming from Guerrero. To the plate. McQueen now popped up in the air. This one shallow left field, coming over the shortstop to get the catch. Morrow, and there is another out. That one on Chris McQueen. 2 gone in the inning.
No, for a moment I wondered if that one was going to trail too far away from Connor Morrow, but he was able to track that one down and make the grab. It looked like a little bit of a Bermuda Triangle for a second with Hammond, Collymore, and Morrow both ranging over, but Morrow took charge and made the grab.
So Cleveland Brownlee will get an at-bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll be with 2 outs and a runner on first, represented by Whalen. Cleveland so far, 1 hit, an RBI, and a run scored in the ball game. Those all coming back in the first. Now the pitch swung on, fouled off by Brownlee, and it's 0-1.
Cleveland looking to do some damage. He's got a runner over at first base 2 away. You get a ball deep enough into the gap like he did in his first trip to the plate. It's possible Whalen's able to score.
Wind continues to blow out to right center field. Pitch as Brownlee hits one into center. Coming on, that one's going to drop in front of Pompey, and it'll be a base hit for Cleveland Brownlee.
Going to be a tough play there for Dalton Pompey to make, just in on the hands of Cleveland Brownlee, and it drops in front of the Guelph Royals center fielder. So 2 on now, 2 away for Robert Mullen, who's already done some damage in this ball game. Now he's got a guy in scoring position. A base hit could score him.
Right guy to have at the plate here for the Majors with a couple of guys on, 2 out in the inning. Majors got a run across in the bottom of the 4th. Now they're looking to do so again here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Pitch to the plate, going to miss low inside to Mullen. It's 1-0. Guerrero still checks on the runner at second. Comes to the plate again. Mullen hits that one right field, slicing towards the wall. It's going to take and hop and go all the way to the wall in right field. In to score comes Will, and Brownlee on his way to third, and he's going to stop there on the RBI single by Mullen. to make it a 5-1 ball game.
Really well hit base hit there for Robert Mullen. He had no intentions of getting to second base. He knew it was going to be a close play. He doesn't run particularly well, so he stayed over at first base with a long single. Cleveland Brownlee gets to third. A run comes in to score. Mullen has now driven in 3 runs in this ball game, and the Majors lead 5-1.
So now Taylor Wright heads to the plate here, and now it looks like we might see some action heading down to the Guelph Royals bullpen with Guerrero struggling over the last few innings and in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom half of the 5th. Pitch to the plate, fouled off by Wright, and Guerrero will do a good job to get ahead 0-1.
That is Danny Marquez going to the bullpen to get loose for the Guelph Royals. We heard that he would likely come in after Guerrero, and with Guerrero running into a bit of trouble here, already having given up 5 runs at 78 pitches through 4 2/3, there's a little bit of action.
Pitch inside to Wright now, and count moves a little bit more in his favor now, even at 1-1.
Once again, Cleveland Brownlee trying to mess with the pitcher out there on the mound. Had a pretty hard break from third base, but no intentions of going anywhere.
Pitch to the plate, big swing there by Wright, but he's right through the fastball. Count now 1-2 here. On the Majors' third baseman, looking to try and extend the inning here for London. Ready on 1-2. That one just off the outside edge. Count even at 2-2.
Good take there from Taylor Wright on the outside part of the plate. Just did miss. He knows that that one is a pitch that Cochran has called a lot of the game, but knew it was just off the plate and was able to lay off.
Ready is Guerrero, 2-2. Right on the ground, second base, tough play. Lunging over, and the throw to Morrow will be in time to get Mullen, but Mullen is the man that got the Majors their 5th run of the ball game on the RBI single to deep right field. It is a 5-1 Majors lead here as we get set to go to the 6th inning and work our way into the back half of this ball game. Dylan Baker will be on the call for innings 6 and 7 when we come back as the Majors lead 5-1 here on Majors TV.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo for any artwork that you need done for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with a faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me. Yeah.
Welcome back to Labatt Park. 6th inning about to get underway here for the Majors against the Guelph Royals. The Dizzy Bat contest just completed. Out at field level, Owen Boone getting set for his 6th inning of work. Boone threw 5, throwing 67 pitches to this point for the Majors. Has been very, very good so far.
You see the line score there, Dylan. 1 run, 3 hits for the Guelph Royals so far in the ball game today. Majority of that coming back in the 1st inning against Owen Boone, and then 5 on 8 for the Majors so far. They've scattered runs 3 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th so far in the ball game today.
Yeah, Owen Boone has not surrendered a hit since the 1st inning. He's walked a batter since then, but all the runs, all the hits for Guelph have come in that first frame. It'll be Connor Morrow to lead things off for the Guelph Royals. Morrow will be followed by Malik Collymore and Josh Garden. Owen Boone from the windup takes a breath, looks in, gets the sign he wants from Mullen, and here he goes, the first offering. Breaking ball. Morrow on the ground towards shortstop. Candell fields it off the hop, throws to first high. Perrier comes down with that baseball and records the first out.
Great job there by Owen Boone to get himself that first out here in the top half of the 6th inning. And it didn't take him very long to do it, Dylan. That's what you like to see from your pitcher working into the 6th inning here of the ballgame.
Yeah, weak contact over to shortstop. Candell made the play and fired it over to Perrier. Perrier at 6'9" was able to grab that baseball, come down with it on the bag in time. As Malik Collymore will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. The first offering from Boone is on the outside corner for strike 1.
Once again, Owen Boone continuing to work ahead here. Exactly what you want to see from him. You get into the 6th, the 7th inning here, Dylan. That's when you really expect your pitcher to be at his best in terms of efficiency.
One breaking ball in the dirt, no chase from Collymore, 1-1, and Boone has been efficient as the game has gone on. Touched on it a little bit last inning through 18 pitches in the 3rd, but then 11 and then 9 in the 5th, 3 so far in this 6th inning. He's already got 1 out. 70 pitches through 5 1/3. Into the windup he goes, the 1-1 to Collymore. Breaking ball in the dirt, that's ball 2.
Collymore here, dangerous at-bats as he works his way through. Looked all right at the plate so far in the ball game. We'll see if he continues to have good swings here as Owen Boone works through the order for yet another time here in the ball game.
2 balls, 1 strike the count, 1 away. Collymore at the plate, Boone out there on the mound. Looks in, into the windup he goes, the 2-1. In the air, well foul. Put a good charge into that one.
Good job by Boone to move the count to 2-2 now here with 1 gone in the inning.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 away to the Guelph third baseman.
Dylan, looks like this is Boone's inning to work through here in the 6th and then kind of go from there. An inning at a time here for the Majors in terms of what they're going to do with their pitching.
Yeah, a few guys standing in the bullpen, nobody throwing. The 2-2 from Boone on its way. Called! Strike 3 gets Collymore looking, and that'll be the 2nd out of this 6th inning.
Great pitch there from Boone. He just froze Collymore. I think he was looking for a different pitch, possibly a different location altogether there. And when that one came across, he knew it. He's heading back to the Guelph Royals dugout with nothing to show for that at-bat. 2 gone here in the inning.
Right down Broadway, Noah, from Owen Boone. Looked like he may have put a little spin on that pitch, but it was right there for Collymore, and he just was not ready for it. So Josh Garton will step up to the plate, 0 for 2 in the ball game. A strikeout and a ground out to this point. The ground out was more of a line drive that Boone knocked down and then flipped over to Perrier. That offering is in the dirt for ball 1.
And now it looks like out in center field, a quick jog over there for Austin Wilkie to throw a ball that went over the fence. Nobody really noticed that, so he quickly has to make his way back out to center field. Boone certainly wasn't aware of it. I don't know if home plate umpire Steve Cochran was.
The 1-0 on its way from Boone on the outside corner there for strike 1. It's 1-1 to Garden, the designated hitter in the ball game for Guelph.
Garton, a guy that's got a lot of power at the plate. We've seen Owen Boone go to the fastball up in the zone a few times already in the ball game today to get him trying to chase and trying to extend a fastball into the outfield.
1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball. Beautiful pitch from Owen Boone. Gets the chase from Garton, and it's 1-2.
And he can do that as well, where he throws the off-speed low in the zone. Not only does he change speed, change pitch, but he's fantastic. Owen Boone, one of the best in the league at changing locations.
A ball and 2 strikes. Boone 9 strikeouts already in this contest. Into the windup he goes. Here's the 1-2 to Garton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 10 for Owen Boone in this one. He's through 6 complete, only allowing the 1 run.
Great job there by Owen Boone to work through the top half of the 6th inning, and he does it ending on a high note with another strikeout there, as you mentioned, into double digits with number 10 in the ball game, sending the Majors back out to the bats here, trying to add on to this 5-1 lead.
Just an all-around dominant performance for Owen Boone as we see some kids running around out in center field on the pile of wood chips out there. No, that pile's been there since last year. I don't know if they plan on doing anything with it.
I think they'll just leave it there. You know, it provides entertainment, as we can see. It is a valuable resource to this city to leave those pile of wood chips out just beyond the right field fence. I think that was the same group of kids that had that ball over the fence that had Austin Wilkie chasing it around.
They're up to a lot out there, eh? Busy kids.
Keeping busy. We're going to have to send security out there if things continue at the pace they are going at.
That mound of wood chips, quite the attraction for the kids. We've got a new arm out there on the mound. It's Danny Marquez for the Guelph Royals. We kind of knew that Marquez was going to be coming into this contest after Guerrero. A Waterloo arm.
Yeah, Marquez, just from talking to guys and talking to the Guelph Royals management before the game, Dylan, we knew this was going to be the second guy out of the bullpen. We didn't know if that was going to be the fourth, the fifth, the sixth one it was going to be, obviously. But obviously, Danny Marquez is here, and he's ready to throw. The big righty here for the Royals brings a lot to the table. Good fastball, good speed changing on the off speed, and the Majors will see if they can take advantage of that. They got 8 hits off of the starter in Guerrero. Good for 5 runs in the ballgame.
Yeah, 8 hits off of Guerrero, 5 runs for the Majors, 1 error in this contest so far for the home side, and now they have to face Marquez, who has a fastball between 88 and 90 miles an hour, we're told, and like you mentioned, a good off speed as well for the righty.
Breeze picked up a little bit here at Labatt Memorial Park here as we work our way towards the 3 o'clock hour in the afternoon. It says it's 14 degrees outside, although I'm up here in a sweater and it does not feel like 14.
You know what? No, I'm in a t-shirt. It feels like a delightful 14. I'll be honest. It feels wonderful.
Another 4 or 5 degrees, and I think it would be a very comfortable day at the ballpark.
No, you and I both play as well. This is like a perfect day to play.
Perfect day to play, absolutely. Yeah. Perfect day to sit up here and not move in the press box. Maybe not.
Yeah. Starting Joseph will step up to the batter's box for the bottom of the 6th inning. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's got a single and a little bloop to right field and a fly out to center to this point. Marquez will work from the windup as he looks in for the sign from Keys. Here he goes. The first offering, Joseph in the air, foul territory. That will get up and over, or it will hit the screen, I should say, and come back down.
Joseph, one of the guys for the heart of this order that can really put a jolt into a ball, and we saw that Friday night.
The 0-1, Joseph on the ground towards third base. Collymore plays it off the hop, throws it over to first in time for the first out of this inning, so Joseph is retired, and Marquez will face Wilkie now.
Exactly what you want out of the bullpen there for Marquez as he comes onto the mound, gets an early ground out to Collymore over at third, not hit overly hard as well. And if he can keep the Majors bats at bay here through innings 6, 7, and beyond, then the Royals can try to put that momentum to good use when they get back on the bats in the top half of the 7th inning.
First pitch to Wilkie misses high, and we're not sure what the Guelph Royals have in terms of pitching in that bullpen, so it could be Marquez the rest of the way if he's able to be efficient enough and have enough success. Into the windup, the 1-0 from Marquez. In the dirt, 2-0 now to Wilkie.
The Royals, of course, got the benefit of the doubt, if you will, of not playing their home opener on Saturday, so they have some arms that maybe were going to be used that are going to be able to pitch in this ball game today here on this holiday Monday.
That one's in the dirt as well, so 3 balls and no strikes to Wilkie, and if the Guelph Royals are thin on pitching today after one game, you can only imagine what the case would have been if they had played on Saturday in their home opener. Of course, I'm sure the Royals would have very much liked to have played that game, no matter the case. First game back in Guelph since 2019. Marquez into the windup. The 3-0 home to Wilkie. That's in there for strike 1. Wilkie thought it was ball 4. Cochran a bit of a delayed call, but it was a strike all the way, so it's 3-1.
Usually is the case here in the first few weeks of the Intercounty Baseball League season. You're getting imports that are slowly making their way to the ball club, and sometimes teams have to go the first couple of weeks without having those import arms, and Guelph not an exception to that rule as well.
Full count now to Austin Wilkie with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Marquez into the windup. Here's the pitch. Wilkie on the ground towards third. Another chance for Collymore. Another big hop for him. Throws it over to first in time, and that'll be the second out of this 6th inning. So 2 away now, as that'll bring up Dan Perrier.
And that's a very similar, almost identical play to the first out of the inning there off the bat of Wilkie as he grounds out there, and tough hop over at third, but a nice play by Collymore to get the throw over to 1 in time, and quickly 2 gone here for Marquez on the mound.
So 2 away for Perrier now, who is 0 for 2 in the contest. Hit the ball hard as last time, but lined out to first base after he struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. That one is fouled well up and over the backstop, likely into the backyards just beyond Labatt Park. Perrier gets set in the box. Ready on the mound is Marquez. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. It's 1-1.
Marquez comes right at Perrier there. Of course, the big 6'9" righty there. A lot of strike zone to throw at, but still missed high.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one is on the outside corner, according to the home plate umpire. Perrier didn't like the call, and that is 1-2.
Perrier, a guy that I think I would classify as a selective hitter. He knows what he's looking for, and if it's not there, he's not going to reach for it. Unfortunately, that puts him in holes a lot of the time.
Pitch, Perrier on the ground towards the middle. Going to be a tough play for Morrow. He comes across, throws on the run to first base, and gets the final out of this bottom of the 6th inning. So the Majors lead 5-1 after 6 complete from Labatt Park. You're watching the Guelph Royals and London Majors on MajorsTV.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. EatHealthyEats.ca, from farm to folks.
Welcome back for the 7th inning of action between the Majors and the Guelph Royals from Labatt Park. Dylan Baker, Noah Smith along with you for the ride today. Owen Boone threw 6 complete, and he's looked fantastic for the Majors in this contest. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Now he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in this Guelph Royals lineup for the 3rd time. It'll be J.D. Williams, Arthur Kawara, and Ethan Hammond due up for Guelph. We've been told we may see Brando LaRue later in this ball game for the Guelph Royals as well. But for now, the scheduled hitters are Williams, Kawara, and Hammond for Dino Rumel's squad. Williams in this contest is 1 for 2. He's got a base hit to left field and a strikeout swinging. Boone looks in for the sign from his catcher, Robert Mullen. Williams digs into the box. Here's the first offering. Swung on and missed. Good fastball on the inside part of the plate. Gets Williams to miss that one. It's 0-1. Boone has used that fastball well all throughout this ball game. Starts out the number 5 hitter with a good one. The 0-1 offering. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's used that off-speed pitch low that Mullen's usually been able to get in front of quite often in this contest. One ball, 1 strike. Boone into the windup. Here's the pitch. Williams on the ground towards the 5-6 hole. It's Wright who comes across to make the play and will throw it over to Perrier at first for the first out of this top of the 7th inning. Good play there from Taylor Wright, ranging to his left, making the play, cutting in front of Keith Candell and throwing it over to Perrier for the first out as Arthur Kawara steps up to the plate. Kawara 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout looking. If you'll recall, Kawara's last at-bat, it was supposed to be a fastball up that Robert Mullen wanted to get Kawara to chase, but Boone missed his spot and just found the heart of the plate. It was a strike 3 called on Kawara. Boone going to look for a similar result here. Into the windup he goes. The first offering. Kawara swings through that one. It's 0-1. Boone up to 81 pitches now through 6 1/3.
Still a whole lot of life on that fastball, though, here as he works his way into the 7th inning. Pitch count, as you mentioned, up above 80 now.
Into the windup goes Boone. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Kawara pops it up. Foul territory. Perrier and Mullen giving chase towards the screen, and it's going to get out of play. Off the seat, I believe, of a fan down there. Thought for a moment it hit her, but looked like she's all right.
Kids go running for the foul ball to try and chase that one down. That's the toughest part of this foul territory here at Labatt Park, to catch those balls, because he goes out angled, and there's kind of these deep pockets in the corners there where Mullen has to try and chase that one down. Perrier can have a look, but I don't think he's ever going to chase those ones down.
Not exactly a comfortable foul territory to work with. Here's the pitch from Boone. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 11 punch-outs now for Owen Boone in this contest as he gets Kawara for the second time today. And now 2 gone in this 7th inning.
Great job there by Boone. Climbs the ladder again. Mullen knows exactly where he wanted to go with that pitch. Gets it in the right spot, gets the swing, and 11 punch-outs for Owen Boone here through 6 2/3 innings of work.
So Ethan Hammond will step up to the plate for the Guelph Royals. First pitch from Boone on the outside corner for strike 1.
Continuing to work ahead here into the later innings of the ball game. Great job by Owen Boone. Still so calm and composed out there.
The 0-1 on the ground, back towards the middle. Going to be a tough play. It will get through into center field. That is the first hit for the Guelph Royals since the first inning of this game.
Great job by Hammond. Goes right back up the middle there. And could not place that one more perfectly between Keith Candell and Chris McQueen. And he's on with 2 outs here in the 7th.
So that'll bring up Keys, who is 0 for 2 in the contest. Boone now up at 85 through 6 2/3. You probably assume that when the top of the order rolls around again, that'll probably be the end of Boone's night. But we'll see as that pitch count continues to climb through 6 2/3. He comes set out there on the mound. Over at first is the runner Hammond. The offering from Boone on the ground, fouled off by Keys off his leg, as he will shake that one off towards his own dugout. Robert Mullen will take a few steps towards the pitcher's mound and give a second to Keys. Steve Cochran wiped the plate down. Last time Keys was up, Robert Mullen was the one who was hurt. He got a foul ball off the glove, jammed his fingers a little bit, took a couple of seconds, but he was all right, saved the contest. Keys is shaking that one off, and he looks ready to go.
Yeah, and you can see them there, both just a couple of words back and forth to each other. Yeah, I'll give you the time. You gave me the time. And they're ready to go here on 0-1.
Boone looks in, comes set. The 0-1. Fouled off by Keys. Now no balls and 2 strikes here.
Boone's got himself in a good spot here, 0-2. Unlike his counterpart Guerrero, who really struggled when he got ahead in the count 0-2. Boone's done a good job at making sure that he's getting the outs. As now Steve Cochran will take some time to refill on baseballs.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Brendan Keys.
No mind reader here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see them once again climb the zone with the fastball.
Can Boone strike out his 12th? The 0-2 on the way. Line drive back up the middle. It'll be another base hit for the Guelph Royals. A little bloop that falls in front of Austin Wilkie allows Hammond to move up to second base and puts 2 guys on now for the number 9 hitter, Darius Barlas.
And I don't know if you could see there on the screen at home, but Mullen was actually calling for that pitch up higher. He had the glove, he was trying to say, let's get this one up on 0-2. Certainly not the spot that Owen Boone wanted that one. And maybe that's a little bit of a sign that he is losing it a little bit here as we get into the 7th inning and beyond. And now back throwing here for the London Majors down in the bullpen is Pedro de los Santos.
Got a good look at it there. De Los Santos warming up for the Majors. With Boone approaching 100 pitches at 88 through 6 2/3, has 2 guys on. Top of the order due up after Barlas here. Boone looks in for the sign, nods. He's got the one he wants. Comes set out there on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, just missed. 1-0.
It's a great pitch by Owen Boone. I know you don't get the call on that one, but you stay low, you stay away, and you just miss catching the outside corner.
Boone sets, takes a peek back at second base. Here's the offering. Barless in the air, left center field, chasing after it. Wilkie calling off Whalen. He's over there. He makes the grab, and the side is retired. Boone through 7 complete now, only giving up the 1 run here at Labatt Park.
Great job there by Owen Boone. Works himself through that little bit of a jam in the top half of the 7th inning, and we'll see if it's handshakes for him there as Rupe Chandat is the first one out to greet him. I'm not shocked if we see Pedro de los Santos out there to start inning number 8 for the Majors.
Yeah, the pitch count's getting a little higher for Owen Boone. Not only that, but the top of the order is due up next as Rupe said something to Boone, tapped him on the shoulder, slowed him down as he was walking to the dugout and got face-to-face. We got a really good look at that conversation thanks to our great camera work here on Majors TV between Boone and Rupe Chandat out there. So we'll see what happens in the top of the 8th, but for now, 7 dominant innings for Owen Boone.
And I'll turn it to the Majors bats here in the bottom half of the 7th. They've got a 5-1 lead, a little 4-run cushion to work with here, but we'll see if they can add on to that here in inning number 7 as we work our way through it. Stretch time at the ballpark as the fans get up and sing along here.
Looks like it's stretch time for Evan Simons down there as well, who's doing some high knees by the Majors dugout.
Is that high knees or is that a dance?
I don't know.
Is that a stretch or is that a dance? We're going to have to ask him after the ball game.
Possible Simons getting ready to come into the ball game a little bit later on. We'll see.
It's a weird situation because you see guys who stretch like that, but I have also seen people who dance like that.
Yeah, it could go either way, Noah. Looks like the dugout's cheering him on.
Good crowd here on this holiday Monday. We're not one to guess, Dylan, but I'll guess in the ballpark with 2,500 fans here in the seats tonight. It's a good crowd.
I'd say you're right on, Noah. That's a pretty good guess. Very good crowd for this afternoon contest on Victoria Day. We hope you're enjoying your Monday off as the Majors lead the Guelph Royals 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Danny Marquez out there on the mound for Guelph, entering his 2nd inning of work. A very good first inning out of the bullpen, Noah.
Yeah, great job by him out of the bullpen to come in and really just give the Majors something different than what they've been seeing throughout the course of this ball game. And we'll see how he does here as he gets set to work in the bottom half of the 7th inning. As for the Majors, it'll be the bottom of the order to start things.
Keith Candell followed by Phil Whalen and Chris McQueen as the T-shirt toss goes on here at Labatt Park. And no, I didn't realize we had a T-shirt toss at Labatt Park, and now I'm wondering if we're eligible.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get it around the screen and up to us here. Were they walking on the concourse? I didn't quite see.
They were. I think they were throwing some right underneath us here.
I could sure use a T-shirt, that's for sure.
So Keith Candell digs in over 2 today, and into the windup goes Marquez. Here's the first pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Looked like an off-speed pitch to Candell. The pitch is going to miss, and it's a ball and a strike now to Candell.
Keith looking to get things started here for the Majors in this bottom half of the 7th inning.
The pitch, Candell in the air, right center field. Pompey chasing after it. Is he going to get there? He will track that one down, makes a nice running catch for the first out of this bottom of the 7th inning.
Good route there, and you can really tell the level that Pompey has played at in the past, of course, up in the major leagues. He took a great route to that ball, didn't overrun it at the start, didn't underrun it, got there just when he needed to be able to make that catch comfortably. There's one gone here to start this bottom half of the 7th inning. And Dylan, it looks like we have someone throwing down in the Guelph Royals bullpen, although I'm not sure if that's someone getting loose or not. Danny Marquez, of course, just an inning and a third into his outing so far.
The offering from Marquez to Whalen misses outside. We've been told that Ben Reed could be seeing a little bit of action today after Marquez. If it gets to that point, if Marquez can't finish things off for the Guelph Royals, as you mentioned, in the third, 16 pitches so far. Not a bad spot for Marquez at all. The 1-0, Whalen in the air, hit high, just past the infield. And it's going to be caught out there at shortstop, I believe, by Brando LaRue. If there's been a substitution.
I believe we did have a defensive substitution in there as well at shortstop when we came back out here for the bottom of the 7th inning.
It looks like Brando LaRue over at shortstop who made that grab for the second out. Can you imagine just a straight defensive change or straight substitution? Morrow for LaRue. So 2 away now for Chris McQueen.
Yeah, McQueen will be tasked with trying to start things here with 2 gone.
First pitch misses for ball 1.
Majors here with that 4-run cushion heading into the back half of this ball game.
That one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes to McQueen.
With Chris McQueen at the lineup here, all it takes is for McQueen to find his way on with 2 outs, and then you have Cleveland Brownlee to the plate, and anything can happen there with the hard-swinging Brownlee at the dish. So this is a big out to get here for Danny Marquez.
2 balls, no strikes, the offering. That one's going to miss as well. So 3 balls and no strikes now to Chris McQueen. As you mentioned, Noah, Cleveland Brownlee waits on deck.
3-0 here. Chris McQueen, I would imagine, has the green light. He's not usually one to swing on 3-0, though.
The 3-0 home, that one is going to be in there for a called strike 1. So Marquez gets one in the zone, and 3 balls and a strike down to the Majors' second baseman. (3-1) to McQueen, the offering. Called strike 2. McQueen tossed the bat away towards the third base dugout, thinking it was ball 4, but Steve Cochran calls that one a strike in the outside corner.
Yeah, now McQueen's got to be ready for anything close to the plate on this 3-2 pitch after throwing the bat. And not totally his fault, I would say. Steve Cochran behind the plate, Dylan, has a little bit of a delayed strike call. It's not the slowest we see in the league, but he certainly isn't quick to call the strikes, especially not there on 3-1. We'll see what happens here on a full count.
The 3-2 home. McQueen pops that one up. Shallow left field. Chasing after it, Hammond. Out it goes LaRue, but Hammond makes the grab, and that will retire the side. So the Majors go down in order again in the bottom of the 7th. We're headed to the 8th at Labatt Park. Majors lead 5-1.
My name's Tiffany Creasy, and I take care of the sales and marketing at Rickard Promotions and Recognition. Some of the things that we do at Rickard Promotions and Recognition is we bring your brand to life. We kind of put your logo on anything that you can give away or brand, and we can service clients right across Canada. At Rickard Promotions and Recognition, we can take care of your designing of your logo for any artwork that you need done for the branding. And a lot of people don't realize we can do that here. We also have our in-house production that we take care of your order from start to finish right here at our one location. So with keeping everything in-house from graphic design to in-house production, we're able to get you your order a lot quicker with faster turnaround time. We'll help gather your ideas together, give you some options to kind of narrow down the search for you, whether it be from your apparel to promotional products. And from there, we'll get your mock-ups done, proofs done, order done, and the quality control is right there all along the way for you.
So tell me where it hides. I know I got some lightning. Currents running through me. I found that silver lining on the inside of me.
Back inside Labatt Park here at the Forks of the Thames. Owen Poon back out onto the mound here for the London Majors as he gets set to pitch in the 8th inning. He's done a good job at keeping his pitch count down so far, and obviously a great job at keeping the Guelph Royals hitters at bay. Just 1 run on 5 hits so far in the baseball game. That 1 run came back in inning number 1. Since then, 5 unanswered run by the Majors, and they have a 5-1 lead as we get set for inning number 8 here from the ballpark. Majors bullpen is active. We have seen Pedro de los Santos throwing, get ready. We've seen him sit down as Owen Boone has worked through the ball game, and now he falls behind 1-0 here to the leadoff man in the inning, Dalton Pompey. 1-0 here as he tries to lead things off for Guelph. Here's the 1-0. This one chopped over, shortstop coming over. Nice scoop, the throw to one in time to get him. Heck of a play by Keith Candell to retire Pompey for the first out here of the inning. So one gone here now in the inning for Owen Boone. And he did a fairly quick job at getting Pompey there for the first out as well. That pitch is called a strike, and it's going to be 0-1 here to LaRue, who bats in. Chopped over to third. Picked up on a hop, the throw from right in time to get him at first. And LaRue is quickly retired here for out number 2 in the inning. And Owen Boone has done an efficient job here at working in the top half of the 8th. As Pedro de los Santos continues to throw down in the London Majors bullpen. Boone looks to try and get through inning number 8 here. The 5-1 Majors lead. And now Malik Collymore will get to bat here again in the 8th. Boone ready here on the mound. Grabs his sign from Mullen. Into that delivery, the leg kick, and now to the plate upstairs. Collymore saw that one all the way and took it for ball 1. 1-0 here on the Royals' third baseman. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out a pair of times as he swings through that one from Owen Boone, and it's now even at 1-1. Mullen and Boone here, a couple of shakeoffs there. Now Boone ready as he grabs the sign he likes. To the plate on 1-1. This one fouled off down the right side. A quick look from Perrier, but that one is going to find its way well out of play in foul territory. Count stays at 1-2.
Boone got lots of options here on 1-2 against Collymore, who's 1 for 3, has struck out already in this ball game twice, once swinging, once looking, and you know he wants to avoid the hat trick, but Boone looking to get his 12th strikeout of the ball game here.
Boone's got 11 so far in the ball game. He's looking to make it an even dozen. On the 1-2, swing and a miss. Gets him, Mullen tags him out, and Owen Boone is through 8 innings of work here with 12 strikeouts in the ball game.
You don't know, through 8 innings, Owen Boone's breaking ball was still fantastic on that last one to get Collymore. Was able to get the swing and miss on the pitch in the dirt. A really good job by Owen Boone throughout this contest for the London Majors. Has been just fantastic and has been everything the Majors have asked for and more in this contest on this Monday afternoon.
And Owen Boone, who has done a great job so far at getting the Majors through 8 innings of work. We'll see if he's back out there for inning number 9. The Majors, who have had De Los Santos up a couple of times in the ball game. He's not throwing now, and there is a little bit of commotion down in the Majors bullpen, but nothing to signal that Owen Boone is out of this ball game by any means.
Yeah, Owen Boone could still have this 9th inning. He's at a pretty high amount of pitches at 98 to this point, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pedro de los Santos work the 9th. He's walking towards the Majors dugout right now. And we'll see if he's into the ball game. It looks like he's ready either way, but the Majors might stick with Owen Boone, let him try to finish this one off in his 2nd start of the season. Either way for the Guelph Royals, there's a new arm out there on the mound, and that arm has been Reed.
Yeah, exactly how we thought it was going to drop for the Guelph Royals today, as Reed is the third man in. Second out of the pen today for Guelph. And he'll come in to face the Majors here on the bottom half of inning number 8. Royals trailing by a score of 5-1.
Reed, a guy who's been with the Royals for a long time, looking to continue the success he's had in the Intercounty Baseball League. It's his first outing of the year, we believe, unless he is the mysterious man who worked in the place that was given to Emilis Guerrero yesterday in Hamilton.
So it'll be Cleveland Brownlee to lead things off here in the bottom of inning number 8. The first man that will greet Reed on the mound will be the London Majors 3-hole hitter in Cleveland Brownlee.
Brownlee's had a pretty good ball game for the Majors to this point, and will look to build on that.
Majors up 5-1 in this ball game, although it hasn't been an on-the-edge-of-your-seat exciting ball game. The Majors got 3 runs in the first. They picked up a pair of runs in innings 4 and 5, 1 each. And since then, a couple of zeros on the board. Cleveland would love to shock this crowd back alive here for the conclusion as he fouls that one straight back to the screen. It's 0-1.
Brownlee 2 for 3 in the contest. A line drive double in the first inning, struck out swinging his next trip to the plate, but then blooped a single into center field last time, so looking to build off a good game.
Cleveland is off to a good start here in this season so far. He's ready on the 0-1 that's bounced. 57 feet there, and it's going to be 1-1.
Reed been around the league a long time, tried to get Cleveland to chase on the breaking ball, but Brownlee doesn't bite.
Pitch, Brownlee fouled straight back, high off the screen in foul territory, and it's 1-2 here on the Majors' designated hitter. Brownlee, Mullen, Wright, the first 3 to greet Reed here in this 8th inning.
Middle of the order, good spot if you want to put some runs on the board if you're the London Majors.
Reed grabs his sign, and now he looks in. The leg kick delivery, well outside, looked like he went with the off-speed pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Cleve. Digs in that right-hand batter's box. Ready on the 2-2. Pitch just off the plate, couldn't find the corner, and the count is full.
No, it could be just me, but I think to this point this season, we've seen some added patience from Cleveland Brownlee at the plate. He's not getting overexcited with 2 strikes. He's not chasing as much as he has in the past, and he's been really good.
There's been a save and accept maybe a few times where he's even caught himself right away as the 3-2 is swung on and missed. Chased that one a little bit outside, and he's down on strikes to start this 8th inning.
Doesn't take away from the fact that Cleveland this season has been very good at the plate in his discipline. He's been laying off some tough pitches, and we saw that once again in that at-bat against Ben Reed, and just could not lay off the last one as Robert Mullen will dig into the batter's box.
We'll see if Mullen can continue on his hot streak so far. Driven in 3 of the Majors' 5 runs in the ballgame today. 2 of them coming on the home run back in inning number 1. Pitch off the plate, 1-0 here on Mullen.
Mullen's had another great contest after the one he had on Saturday where he hit his first home run in the IBL at Welland Stadium. Another one today, and as you mentioned, Noah, driven in another run on top of that.
Look here on the 1-0. Mullen's going to take that one. Didn't like how it was coming in. It was low, 2-0. Mullen, Dylan, one of those guys that if you can get here early to see the Majors take BP, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's a show that he puts on every day.
Just pure power and a good hitter as he swings through that fastball. 2-1 now.
Good pitch from Ben Reed. Fastball up. Mullen wanted it, but could not get it, as it was a little bit too high.
Again, now this one, crushed left field on a line. This one's going to one-hop and go all the way to the 330 sign in left. Mullen takes the round and goes to 2, and he continues swinging the hot bat with the double here in the bottom of the 8th.
That ball was absolutely drilled off the bat of Robert Mullen. So much barrel on that pitch, and he ripped it down the left field line. Rung up against the 330 sign in left field, able to take second base, so he's just a triple away from the cycle, Noah. I don't think he gets it here at the bottom of the 8th inning with the Majors up by 4 runs.
No, he probably won't, but what a good day at the plate there for Mullen as he continues to swing the hot bat. And now he puts himself in scoring position here. Just one gone in the bottom of the 8th inning as Wright will come to the plate. Taking that first pitch inside off the plate, 1-0.
Good take from Taylor Wright, who's 1 for 3 in the ball game today. Popped out to second base, singled to shortstop, and grounded into a fielder's choice to this point.
Ready, delivery, and that one's going to go off the glove of Keys to the backstop. Mullen will advance to third, and he's just 90 feet away here with one gone in the inning.
Good job by Robert Mullen picking up the extra 90 feet on that one as it got away from the catcher, Brendan Keys.
And now the Royals are going to bring the infield in here with one out.
If you're Guelph, you can't afford to allow any more runs to score. It's already going to be tough to come back in this game in the top of the 9th. As is, down 4 runs. You cannot afford to let the Majors get up 5.
2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss by Wright. Looked like he got a piece of it. 2-1 is the count.
Wright was looking to do some damage with that swing, just came up empty.
Reed ready on the mound here, continues to work at a quick pace. Pitch, and it's in the dirt. It'll bounce off the glove all the way to the backstop. Mullen will jog in to score. And the Majors have that extra run here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's a 6-1 ball game.
So on the second wild pitch of the inning for Ben Reed, Robert Mullen's able to come in to score, and the Majors now lead 6-1. It's a huge lead for the Majors to have. And Noah, I mean, this could change the decision-making process for Roop Chanardad. I mean, a 5-run lead versus a 4-run lead. Does Boone stay out there for the 9th? Still to be determined. But I think if you're Roop, you got to take him out.
Absolutely. I mean, he's gone in there and he's done a great job. And you look at the pitch count for Owen Boone so far in today's ball game, just under the 100 pitch mark, because that one's fouled off down the right field line. And do you keep him out there for inning number 9, right? I mean, he's thrown it. It's only the second start of the season for Owen Boone. And you have a 5-run lead, right? Is it too early to start thinking about getting some guys in there? You got to remember in the IBL here, you got to qualify pitchers for the playoffs. So if you can get an inning out of someone here that maybe you don't get anywhere else, try to get it in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Boone, I think it's up to Boone whether he comes back into this ball game. Depends on whether his arm feels all right or not.
It'll be a walk here to Taylor Wright, and he'll find himself over at first base. Still just one gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Correction in that Wright plate appearance. The first pitch that Mullen advanced to third on was a passed ball, not a wild pitch. The second one that he scored on was a wild pitch.
So now Starling Joseph will come to the plate here as the Majors continue to try and add on here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Dylan, I believe it's 4-5-6 to lead off for the Royals in the top half of the 9th inning.
Yeah, it'll be Garton, Williams, and Kawara for the Guelph Royals in the 9th as they try to get back into this contest.
So a good part of the order for Guelph to try and start things. Of course, now down 5 in the ball game, they're going to have to get everybody swinging in the top half of the 9th inning if they want a shot at coming back in this baseball game. Pitch to the plate. Joseph fouled off straight back into the screen. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
No, I'm not sure if you got a good look at it on your screen there from home, but it looks like Danny Marquez running some poles out beyond the outfield fence. It's a good way for pitchers to get a little movement in them after their outing. He's in right field now, it looks like.
Something, Dylan, that wasn't possible maybe even a couple years ago here with the hedges now out beyond the outfield fence. Certainly something that can be done as it's swung on and missed. 1-2 now on Joseph.
It was always possible. It was just going to be quite the adventure as you ran your poles.
You weren't really going to be running more as you were climbing through bushes, especially out and left. Joseph now in a hole 1-2 here as Reed looks to try and set him down and get the second out of the inning. Hit hard on the ground, third base, on a hop, throw to 2, in time. Will they go to 1? They won't. Joseph is there on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 outs here in the inning.
That's a tough play for Malik Collymore over at third base to make. He had to go over to the backhand. Looked like it took a short hop on him. It was hit pretty hard off the bat of Starling Joseph, and he was able to scoop it up, throw it to second base, and get the lead runner, Taylor Wright, but no real shot at Joseph over at first.
All you can do is get the out, and he did a good job at making sure that he got the lead man at that as well. And Reed now an out away from working through this bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch hit in the air on the infield, possibly shallow right. Out there, Barless running back, and he's not going to be able to make a play. Oh, possibly the wind playing tricks on Barless out at second base as he just kept on tracking back maybe 15 feet into right field, and it drops for... We'll see if that's an error or a hit, Dylan. I think it's a base hit. It's
been ruled an error, actually, Noah, on Darius Barless there as he ranged out into right field, and he just kept having to go back and back and back and was unable to make the grab. I think it was the wind that played a factor in that. I think the pitcher, Ben Reed, thought it was on the infield. It was not. It kept going into the outfield, and Barless just couldn't track it down as Dino Rumel's going to come out to talk to his pitcher.
That's always tough as a pitcher because you make the pitch you want, you get the pop fly, and then your infield's unable to pick you up there as Barless couldn't track down that high pop-up with the wind blowing. And the wind here tonight, Dylan, or I should say this afternoon, has been switching. We look out and I stare out to that flag on the Labatt Park scoreboard, and it moves from blowing from kind of left to right to center, and now it's almost blowing out to left field. It's just kind of been blowing always out, but whether it's blowing out to right or out to left, it's been switching all ball game long.
Yeah, there's no real way of knowing where it's going to go because, yeah, like you said, it's been blowing out, but it's been blowing in different directions the whole time, so the fielders have to adjust.
Pitch to the plate. Perrier takes that one outside, 1-0. Runners on the corners now with 2 outs in the inning as Joseph stands at third. Wilkie is at first base, and Perrier is the batter. Hit in the air. Left field coming over and calling off is Pompey in center to make the catch. Hammond was over there as well from left, and that will do it for the bottom half of the 8th inning. But the Majors grab another run and have extended their lead to 6-1 here as they get look to close it out in inning number 9. You're listening and watching to London Majors Baseball here on Majors TV.
Here at eathealthyeats.ca, we believe that a healthy diet and good nutrition shouldn't have to be sacrificed just for convenience. That's why we deliver the meals to you so they're ready when you need it, even with your busy schedule. On our website, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start by picking your meals from our seasonally curated menus made from local produce. After that, leave the rest to us. We'll cook, package, and deliver your meals directly to your door twice a week. Then you eat and repeat. It's that easy. eathealthyeats.ca, from farm to folks.
We are back here as the Majors get set to try and close things out in inning number 9. And Dylan, we are getting to see Owen Boone back out onto the mound here to try and close out this ball game.
Yeah, Owen Boone going to look to finish things off and have a complete game in his second start of the year. It's going to be tough. He's at a high pitch count, 98 pitches through 8 innings of work. But if there's a guy who can handle it, it's Owen Boone. He knows where his arm is at, and Rup Chanardad certainly trusts him. Pedro de los Santos looked like he was ready in the 8th inning in case he is needed. So I'm sure that the leash for Boone will be a little shorter than it might be in an earlier inning, and he'll have to face Garton, Williams, and Kawara in this 9th.
Garton will be the first to face Owen Boone here in the 9th inning as Guelph will look to try and come back. They're down 6-1 here in the small game. Majors trying to keep the memory short here. Of course, they had a big lead heading into the last inning in Welland on Saturday. Here's the first pitch from Owen Boone. Hit on the ground, over to first. Perrier's there to get it. Boone's coming over to cover. He touches first, and there is the first out of the top of the 9th inning.
Really good play on both ends there by Dan Perrier and Owen Boone. Perrier ranging over to his right, lunging to make that play in the hole between him and Chris McQueen, and then spinning and getting ready to fire to Owen Boone, who's in the right spot. He was easily able to make it to the bag, cover Perrier perfectly, and record the first out of this 9th inning.
First out and a quick out as well for Owen Boone. Can't understate how important that is with the pitch count now up to 100. First pitch is going to miss, and pardon me, that is pitch number 100 for Owen Boone.
Misses up and into Williams, who is 1 for 3 today.
One-0 look here. Pitch in the dirt from Owen Boone. 2-0 now. As we have one out here in the top of the 9th inning. Boone ready, 2-0. Pitch fouled off, out of play. And a nice catch there by the on-deck batter. And by the looks of it, Dylan, we'll also get a pinch hitter coming in the next at-bat.
Yeah, that is Jeff McLeod standing on deck for the Guelph Royals, getting set to come into this ball game. He will be taking the spot of Arthur Kawara.
Two-one now. Boone fouled off at the plate as Williams sees that one go over top of the grandstand and out of play. Now 2-2 here. One gone as Boone looks to work through this 9th inning. Finish off the ball game strong.
Yeah, Boone at 103 pitches, a few good pitches away from getting out of this ball game with a complete game. He's been dominant all night long, just the one run given up in the first.
Boone ready. Crowd cheers him on. Here's the 2-2 delivery in the dirt. Mullen has to block that one. And the count moves to full now here on Williams.
Good job by Williams laying off of that pitch. Missed in the dirt. Now 3-2. You probably expect a fastball here from Owen Boone.
Just a fastball that finds the zone here. See if he can put it in play for you. 3-2. Called strike 3. Owen Boone continues the dominance, and it's 2 gone here in the 9th.
J.D. Williams and Steve Cochran going back and forth, and Williams been thrown out.
Williams did not like the call right away, and now Dino Romel's going to have to get him back.
Now Dino's going to talk to Steve Cochran as well. Dino usually a very calm and composed guy, so I can't imagine this gets too heated, but his players have been frustrated with the zone all game long.
Also letting them know about the substitution as we have McLeod coming in to bat with 2 gone here in the 9th inning.
So Jeff McLeod officially announced into the ballgame. Spent last year with the Toronto Maple Leafs, 18 games, a .220 average, hit a home run, 3 RBI for McLeod, and spent a lot of his career with the Guelph Royals.
Ready here, Boone. First pitch is going to be just outside. Mullen unable to squeeze the mid on that one.
Looks Looked like it was on the outside corner or just near it, but Mullen not able to make the grab, and oftentimes when there's no catch made, there will be no call given.
Especially on those borderline ones, if you don't make the catch as a catcher, you can't expect to get those borderline calls. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Boone. Low as well. Count moves to 2-0 now. 107 pitches for Owen Boone. Nobody warm for the Majors. This will be his game to finish with 2 outs now.
Tough customer at the plate in Jeff McLeod.
2-0. Fouled off by McLeod. Well out of play. And the count moves to 2-1.
Crowd is getting into it a little bit here. Game nearing its conclusion. Boone's been so good all afternoon long.
Hometown fans looking to cheer on the Majors to their first win at home so far this season. Now the 2-1 delivery from Boone. In the dirt to McLeod. It's 3-1.
Can feel that Boone is so close to finishing this thing off, but not quite there yet. A few misses to McLeod. Looks like fatigue is starting to set in a little bit for Boone, but I'm sure he's still got enough gas left in the tank here to finish things off.
3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss on McLeod. He took an awfully big cut at that one. And the count is full here with 2 outs in the inning, and the fans starting to get on their feet here at Labatt Park. Clapping along as they try to cheer on Owen Boone to finish off this ball game. Here's the 3-2 pitch, fouled off straight back into the screen.
Good pitch there from Owen Boone. Looks like a high fastball, a pitch that's been so good for him tonight. McLeod able to fight that one off. Boone 13 strikeouts through 8 2/3 right now for the Majors.
A performance that has been so far vintage Owen Boone. He's got a 3-2 count as he tries to end the ball game, and it's upstairs to McLeod. He'll take the 2-out walk.
Just did miss upstairs to Jeff McLeod. That's the right call from Steve Cochran behind the plate, much to the dismay of this crowd, though. So with 2 away, McLeod will walk, and it looks like we've got a pinch hitter for, or sorry, no, that's Ethan Hammond still stepping up to the plate. I misread my order.
So Ethan Hammond will bat here after the walk to McLeod, who is not getting held on by Perrier.
No reason to hold him on. No, a 5-run ball game. You can let McLeod do whatever he wants out there, really.
Pitch there for a strike. Boone gets ahead 0-1 here on Hammond. Pitch count up to 113 for Boone. I don't imagine they're watching that any longer. They're just trying to get him through this ball game. Ready, 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1.
Off speed there from Boone. Did not get the chase from Ethan Hammond. Not quite the same bite that he had earlier on in the ball game on that off speed stuff, but still good.
Boone grabs his sign here from Mullen. The 1-1 delivery to the plate, hit in right center field. This one's going to roll all the way out into deep center. McLeod is going to be held at third as it's a double there for him, and with 2 outs to keep this ball game going.
Yeah, Ethan Hammond with a good swing on that baseball line into the right center field gap. Austin Wilkie did a good job of tracking that ball down, cutting it off, and throwing it in quickly. I thought for a second they may have had a shot at Hammond, but no dice as Roop Chanderdat begins a walk out to the mound, and we'll see if this is just to try to get Boone to lock in or if it's Pedro de los Santos coming in. Nobody up and throwing in the Majors bullpen this inning, so if it is de los Santos, he must have been keeping warm somehow.
You got to imagine, Dylan, that Owen Boone is tired. He was probably tired coming into the 9th. You hope that it was a quick 9th inning. He got the first 2 outs fairly quickly, but since then, the walk, the double now, and the Guelph Royals, although still down 5, are starting to sniff a little bit here in the top of the 9th inning, and Owen Boone is just looking to shut down this ball game.
Let's not forget what happened on Saturday, Noah. The Majors were up by 5 going into the 9th inning and lost that game to the Well and Jackfish. Obviously, Guelph Royals can't walk off the Majors in this game, but Pedro de los Santos has gone back to the left field bullpen. He's getting loose out there for the Majors.
Boone is ready here. Still got 2 outs here in the 9th. First pitch just missing low. 1 ball, no strike. Not quite the same zip he had on that fastball throughout the course of this ball game.
No, not where it was earlier on, but still not a bad fastball from Owen Boone.
1-0. That one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes here as Keys works himself into a favorable count.
Keys in the ball game, 1 for 3 against Boone.
Pitch fouled off, sliced into the seats down the left field line. And the count now 2-1.
Keys a little bit late on that pitch, fouling it off into the grandstand. Fans ducking for cover as they look to get out of the way of that one.
20 pitches here in the inning for Owen Boone. Grabs his sign from the full windup here on a 2-1. To the plate. This one fouled off, same spot, a little bit higher in the air, and the count moves to 2-2.
Boone another chance to put a man away like he had for Jeff McLeod. 2 strikes. Looking for the punch out here would be his 13th of the ball game, I believe. Correction, 14th if he's able to get Keys here. De Los Santos getting loose out and left just in case.
For the 3rd or 4th time, De Los Santos has had to throw down in the Majors bullpen. 2-2 count here. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Owen Boone grabs his sign, and he's ready to go. Into the windup and the delivery. Hit on the ground, softly towards first. Boone picks it up, takes it to first himself, and the ball game is over. Complete game. 1-run performance from Owen Boone. 13 strikeouts, and the Majors win 6-1.
Fantastic performance for Owen Boone from the London Majors today. 13 strikeouts, complete game, only 6 hits allowed. 3 of them came in the first inning, only the 1 run in that first frame. He really shut the door as the game went along. It was just fantastic for the Majors all afternoon long.
And the Majors win 6 runs, 9 hits and an error on the line for London in this afternoon's contest. For Guelph, 1 run, 6 hits and an error. That lone run coming back in the first inning to start things here this afternoon. But the London Majors are victorious here on this Monday holiday afternoon from Labatt Memorial Park, and a big win for them to get themselves back into the win column.
Absolutely no. Their last win came last Sunday against the Toronto Maple Leafs at Christie Pitts in the first game of the season. They were coming back against the Kitchener Panthers. Looked like they had some momentum in that game before we got evacuated out of Labatt Park. And then on Saturday, that heartbreaker at the hands of the Welland Jackfish, where the Majors came into the 9th inning leading by 5 runs and wound up losing that game in walk-off fashion. So it's got to feel pretty good for the Majors to get back in the win column today in this Monday afternoon contest against the Guelph Royals, who've got a very deep lineup and a good pitching staff as well.
And quite the performance on the mound today from Owen Boone, who a guy that went out there pitching on the home turf for the first time in what seems like forever, and he goes out there, strikes out 13 Guelph Royals, pitches himself a complete ball game, only gives up the 1 run, really settling down since that first inning. That
pitch count got a little high for Owen Boone, but all along he was in control of this ball game. His fastball was working, the off-speed stuff was great as well. Boone with an overall fantastic performance for the London Majors in today's contest.
So the Majors win this one. Final score 6-1 here at Labatt Memorial Park. A big win for the Majors to get back into the win column, and they will have a few days off at least before they head back here to Labatt Park to take on the Hamilton Cardinals on Friday night. We'll have the coverage for you on Majors TV starting at 20 after 7. And then it will be 2 games on the road for the Majors after that this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend the Majors have a pair of road games as they face the Hamilton Cardinals on Friday night at home and then go off on the road for the 3rd and 4th times this year.
Well, the Majors win this one. Final score 6-1 here at Labatt Park on this holiday Monday. And we thank you for watching with us here on Majors TV, wherever you are tuned in on this gorgeous Monday afternoon. From Noah Smith, Dylan Baker, our producer Jackson Farrell, we thank you for watching with us tonight, and we'll see you Friday night here from Labatt Memorial Park.